All right, so welcome again to Military Guna TV. People, we have a good one for you. And guess what? My co-host, as you said the other day, my co-host is here, JD. I'm Maxit. How are you, bro?
I'm here. I'm just trying to have a very nice conversation on this topic because you always select some solid topics that's pretty much interested. So
Yeah.
let's have a nice talk on it and see where it goes.
All right, so people, we have a good one for you today. We're going to be discussing the Gold Cup, 2019 Gold Cup, what happened during that time period, and where it went wrong for the Reggae Boyz. Also, where it went wrong for the USMNT, because they went to the final, but they couldn't get it over the line. So definitely it went wrong somewhere for them. Massive respect to all those who are here in the chat as early as possible. But we want to get the show on the ground, and much appreciation from you, JD, for coming onto the channel. You know, I always like having conversation with really punctual, intellectual people like you guys. So it's very, very good to have you here. So people, first thing first, we got knocked out by the US. That's the first thing I want to add. We got knocked out by the US. And it's just so funny because there are arch rivals. It's like
Mhm.
Batman and Joker and Superman and Brainiac. So
Mhm.
we always it's an aura. We have to meet them. We must meet them. If we don't meet them, something is wrong. And the
You
only friendly who
okay?
could have actually selected was against the USA during a tough time. So it means that we can't do without them, and it seems as if they can't do without us either. So we have to crack on this one. I want to get into some deep conversation in regards to this. So people feel free to come in the chat, smash the like button as you're here. Remember, people, the link is in the description for JD's channel as well. You can go over there. Even if you're on the watch back, you can go over there. I will put the link in the first tag comment. The first pin comment, I'll put it there, and you guys will see. And make sure you go over to that channel as well. So big up everyone who's coming in. We want to get onto this one because we know you guys will love this one. And as you know, we always have something to talk about. We always have something to debate about. So Lord for Reasons, but he's in the house. Big up, welcome to the Military Guna chat. Big up Andy McNally. Big up man with my family last name. But big up. So we want to get into things. So JD, from what you remember about the last World Cup,
Mhm.
Mexico was the title holders. They are the title holders at this point in time. Do you think Mexico really deserved to win that title?
Sometimes, it's not what you deserve, but what you go out and plan properly for. And sometimes it comes with experience and the craftiness. That's why the last time we were actually talking and you said, okay, this team is overpowered. And I'm saying sometimes it's not about overpowering. It's just sometimes what you have at your disposal and how crafty you are at putting it out. You get me? And that's that's what determines the success or not. And I thought that Mexico was the most crafty team at that time, and that's why they were deserving winners, not because they were the best. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
people, as you guys can see on the top right there, the first team that we're looking at is the same team that we mentioned, which is Mexico. Behind of them, another rival of Jamaica, Canada, and we have Montague, and also Martin. What am I saying? Oh, we have Cuba and Martinique. So definitely, guys, we have a nice show planned out for you guys. Welcome to everyone who's jumping in. Wolverine Scratch say congratulations on 2K. Thank you, bro. Much respect. Big up Man City, big Man City match tomorrow. He's another Man City fan,
yep.
fan, bro. Who are you guys playing tomorrow?
We're having it in Dortmund.
Oh.
Big Erling Allen.
You guys will win that. I no doubt about it. So in the group stages, Mexico was the leaders of the groups. They played 3 games. They didn't lose any game. The only team in the group stages to not lose a game. Went through relatively easy. To be fair, they went through relatively easy and advanced to the next round. Now, Cuba is one to talk about. We haven't seen Cuba putting on well, I wouldn't say I haven't seen Cuba made a solid team to compete at any level at all in the longest while. I'm really believing that they're having the internal issues to formulate a proper team, or it could be that their pool is not as big as how the Jamaican pool is, or the Mexico pool, or the USA pool. What do you think about that?
You can point to that side of the pool is getting, or the pool is weaker than the others, but you can look at the other side as well. The pool from the others are way stronger, and they have actually brought them in. Because if you have the pool and you don't dip into that pool, it makes no difference. You have to bring them in. So I think overall, the competitive edge just got a little bit higher from a lot of teams in and around them, and that's what's causing their failure. So they need to do much more research and try their best to twist themselves into a better position, because as what I've said, it takes more than just talents. It take experience, the know-how, and a good coach, as what has been said yesterday. So I think they have a lot of things to work on, and it's going to take a good while in order to achieve something with these guys progressing so fast. Curacao, Suriname, Trinidad, all of those teams are getting really big. So it's going to just be much harder for them to even do something.
Yeah, definitely. The last time they played Canada, they got 7. They were smashed 7-0 from Canada. So maybe it's not that's not one of the countries that we have to worry about as Jamaicans. We know that they're our neighbors, but definitely it's obvious that we are better than them. Hopefully, on the day, as we always talk about, talent can prevail on that day. Big up Barnett for jumping in the chat as well. So definitely, Canada is one to talk about. What do you think about this Canadian team? Because it's a total different team, and they did do a lot in the last Gold Cup. But this time around, they're having a very good. They have significant players who are doing really, really well, such as Jonathan David, who was previously the last leading goal scorer. Also, Lucas Cavallini. So these guys are actually really playing good football right now. Junior Holliott as well. So these guys are still in the picture of the on the big stage performing, and they were really, really outstanding in the last Gold Cup. So do you think Canada is a team that we're actually looking past, which we shouldn't be looking past?
No, I don't think we should be looking past them, and they did evolve, but you have to always look at how much the others evolve and how much their surrounding as well evolve, because it took craftiness with talent to carry out certain things. And I do think that this Canadian team is very good, because Davis is a generational talent, so you have to give him massive respect, and he's driving this team forward and letting people play even a bit better than their highest potential. So really and truly, you should not count them out, but I still believe that the pool that most of these guys tapped in kind of let them be a little bit more challenging, because I strongly believe that Suriname, Curacao, and those teams will push Canada and even Jamaica at a level if they don't turn up on their day. I would say Jamaica has to have a half day for most of these teams to challenge them, but at the same time, it's still possible. So I would say Canada is doing good, but I wouldn't put them clear cut off the rest of the other guys, because they have one superstar, but the rest are a little bit below the other teams that has a complete level of players in that same category, if not above those other average players in and around Davis. You get me? So that's why I think it's going to be a little bit difficult, but nevertheless, guys, once you come over, just slap the like button, try and get Guna to over 35 before we finish the stream. We just start, and it's on what, 16? Let us get him up as best as possible in the algorithm, because we're here to push it, man.
Good. Welcome, Randy Viper, for jumping in chat. Also, Delano, welcome you guys for coming in. Much respect to all you guys who are just coming in. So that was actually Group A. So we have from Group A advancing. We have Canada and Mexico advancing from Group A. Then now let's move on to Group B. And the reason why I'm highlighting from group to group, I want to get a better look onto what these teams did during the time period that they were in the group. So these are really, really good aspects. We have to take these things in consideration, because the group stage normally tells how well a team is doing and how far a team can go. Because one of the things that I love to look at is goal conceded versus goal scored. And in the group stage, Mexico scored 13 goals and only scored 3, which means that they were in good stead at the beginning. Canada scored 12 and conceded 3. It is Martinique and Cuba couldn't have done the same because they conceded 7, far more. Cuba couldn't even score a goal in all 3 games and conceded 7 goals, which is not good on any level of football. So definitely right here and then from the first group, Cuba and Canada would look like favorites because of the amount of goals scored, also the amount of goals they have conceded. Let's get into the other group now and see how well they did. So in Group B, we have Haiti, Costa Rica, Bermuda, and Nicaragua. So we have Haiti on the top of the table, a team that many people are not talking about even right now. A team that many people are not talking about even right now. And to be fair,
what are you talking about? A team that people ain't talking about? Don't you hear me break down the entire squad and how deadly they are and players they are? What are you talking about?
Not a lot. I said not a lot.
Okay.
You are one of the only person I actually speak about them. And well, we all know Nicaragua won't do much because they don't have a talent pool, a massive talent pool like the other rest of teams. But Haiti, we have already the situation that happened with Belize when they went down to play at Haiti. I'm not sure if everyone in the chat heard about the situation. Is this a case where these things can be a problem to Haiti because they're going to a serious political dispute right now? Can that end the Haiti? Because we do know that they have a good team, but can that political problem that they are having right now end them from advancing to the final stages of the Gold Cup?
A yes and a no. Where I would start with a yes is the fact that obviously if the individuals as their family inside the country, that will play on their minds to not put out their best because they have to be worrying if they're going to lose a family, and that's very big on people's life. That's emotional. Yeah. But on the flip side, it's not keeping there. So if you're professional enough, I think it should not harm you. You get me? I'm not saying because emotional sides and professional you can't twine them together. So I wouldn't even say that, but I would say because it's not keeping on the home style, I don't think people have to be worried so much. And I think the 80 people, the 80 team could actually put out a better showing due to the fact that they are going through this situation. And keep in mind, these competitions are not just for the players on the pitch. It's to evolve the countries around. So if you can do something, you can put people on the map, you can get certain things started, you can get scouts in a country and stuff. So those are the things that they are looking for. They are trying to do it for not just themselves, but the people around. And that's the good thing about these Gold Cup and these type of smaller things. I do enjoy it because I know you have a massive prize ahead of it. You get me? Yeah. So I think that will spur them on. So the good side outweigh the bad, I would say. So I think it won't affect them so much.
Yeah. And welcome Bala Kick 90 in the chat as well. Also Ian Campbell. Blessings.
Yeah, they put up their questions on the screen, so you never may know. Like if we're gonna go through it, you know, because people like to be respected, you know.
Yeah. So Andy McNally said Cuba conceded 17. Yes, they did concede 17, and it's not like it's not the conceded 17 is a problem for me. It's the ability, is the lack of goal scoring potency that they have. They couldn't score a goal. That is a bigger problem. Anything can concede a goal, but when you can't score over 3 games, when you cannot score over three games, something is wrong right there. There's no cohesiveness. There's no balance, and there's no attacking potency. And then now in the defense are just basically reading a newspaper.
Yep.
As Ian Kemp said, blessings, gentlemen. Blessings, Ian. Thank you very much for jumping. Lord, for a reason, said Cuba was a trash team in that tournament. Quite a shame since they were Caribbean champs back in 2012. Yeah, and that is fair. That's a fair say. It goes to show that you can be a champion for a time and then you just fall on your knees. Liverpool, for an example. Yeah,
Liverpool is a different situation.
Football is a very, very football is an unforgiving sport, people. So, but really and truly, in this round, Cuba played 3 games. They conceded 2 goals, and this 80, I should say, my bad. 80 played 3 games. They conceded 2 goals and scored 6 goals, which is relatively okay. It shows that they are scoring goals, but it also shows that they are conceding. The good thing is that they have conceded less than all the teams that have outscored everyone, such as Mexico, also Canada, and that is also a good input. Now, looking at Costa Rica, a team that we have spoken about in previous stream, that these teams has senior players embedded with young players as well, and they can cause a bit of problem because this team is actually a season campaigner trying to win it, a season campaigner trying to win it. So what do you think are Costa Rica's likeliness of getting something out of it this time around? Because they did advance in the second in past the group stages along with 80. So what do you think they can do in this time around?
First thing, guys, you have like 11 plus people inside the chat. Just try and share it anywhere, man. Let me get more individuals here. It just take one click of a button to do so. All right. So just respect our work that we are trying to put out for you guys. All right, massive respect. Costa Rica, I think that was 2019, right? So we're going to close down to almost 2 years. Put that 2 years.
Yeah,
they have actually aged over time. And it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but as what I've said at the first, craftiness, we will still have to give them that. So they are going to be highly crafty and incredible experience. So they are not going to be easy to break down, but if you pressure them to a level, I think you can bamboozle them with just pure youth and dynamic plays. So I think we have to wait and see how they can deal with that system before I will judge them. But based on their experience and their craftiness, I will give them an edge to do something. But as you know, you have young teams flying back and forward. I think they're not going to be able to cope with the best of the best. But let's see.
Okay, that's a valid take. Lord for reason said Cuba now has Onel Hernandez, who plays for Norwich, so they are gonna have a good goal scorer for them. No, he can score bang of a goal against Curacao. Well, it's not only a fact that having a good goal scorer, but there's also the midfield element of things. Despite you have good goal scorer, you have to have a proper midfield that can really contribute to helping the player himself getting those goals. So yes, you can implement a solid goal scorer in your team, but you will need the midfield to support, because if you don't have that midfield, you'll find yourself, the strikers, doing the midfield work or doing defensive work. You have your right winger playing at right back, or your left winger playing at left back, and your striker playing at central midfield or defensive midfield. So these things actually account for itself as well, and it's like it's a build-up of these type of things. Ian Campbell said Jamaica didn't impress in the last Gold Cup. Well, they did went to the semifinals. They did went to the semifinals. I won't say they didn't impress. I won't put down the work that they did, but they did went to the semifinals, and we have to give that a bit of appreciation, even though we might think or might feel like as if there wasn't any end result, because we didn't went to the final. But we could have went to the final and still lost, and it would have felt as if we didn't do anything just the same. So some of the time, it's like a give and take situation. Some of the time, just some of the time. Lord for reason said Costa Rica will lose to Surrey and JA if they sort out their JF and versus player war. If they don't sort out their JF versus player war, what do you think about that?
If they don't sort it out, I still believe they're gonna have a good enough youth squad, and that's my thing about it. I'm based in everything on youth and pace and power. I think that is the direction that will stop Costa Rica in their tracks, because they're a little bit of an aging team. So that's what I'm counting on, but I still have to wait and see them a little bit more before I can see that, because as you know, I like to calculate things a little bit better. So I'm going to research their squad and see how they are performing individually, and then from there we can definitely talk a little bit more lengthy on them. But no, I'm giving the guys a little bit of advantage. That's the one that are much more dynamic and youth. I will go with the edge over Costa Rica right now.
Okay. Yeah. That's a solid take. Very, very solid take.
Mm-hmm.
And Bala Kick said the team for watch for us is 80. Curacao. I want to see Panama, but they're going through a rebuild process. And Panama are going through a rebuild process. So in your perspective, JD, will you think that because they're going through a rebuilding process, that can basically wipe out their chances?
Yes, 100%. Because if you look at it, if you said Curacao getting good, Suriname getting good, Haiti getting good, you have the standard teams that will be competitive, which is Jamaica, Mexico, USA. Then you're going to say one of the dark horse could be Canada or Costa Rica. That's 8 teams. Your chances are very much diminished to maybe like 5 maximum 10%. So I would have to agree with that, just by just the calculation.
Yeah, and that's a fair point, because if you should look at it, the dark horses, as you said, these teams will be coming extremely hungry, and the opportunity to see a team in the rebuilding process is like a cheetah waiting for its prey. They're going to utilize, they're going to capitalize on that particular opportunity. And as you said, it's a fair take. It's a fair take. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to get much out of it. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to get much out of it. And since they're in the rebuilding process, I can't give any definite answer to it, but I just can't see them progressing as though they would want to, because normally when you're in a rebuilding process, the problem is you have young players mixed with senior players, but there's always issue whenever there's a rebuild. There's always issue. Lord Ferguson said Costa Rica won't make it out of the group.
Yes, it's possible. It's not laughable. It's possible. Because based on the same thing that we were talking about, you have dynamic youth teams in that group, and youth teams with solid players that will be much highly competitive. So we can't complain, man. Believe me. Look out for it. It's going to be tough because these guys has good enough experience, and that always counts for something. But don't write it off. Don't write it off as yet.
Yeah, as Lord Ferguson said, they are old, and so he's using that as a factor, and it's important when you use that as a factor, because when the younger players know of this generation, energy is something that they really rely on. And you could start the last game we played in the friendly against USA, when Des was playing, when Des and Pulisic was going up against Mariappa. It was evident.
Yeah. The first half he held his own, but the second half everything changes. So it just shows you. It just shows. Yeah, it just shows.
I was really surprised that he didn't came off the field in a stretcher with an oxygen mask.
Yeah, facts.
Because he was blowing like a tornado at the end of that game.
Yep.
It was fun to see. Even Hector himself, because definitely you see he lacked match fitness. So as you guys know, we're not late in the play, but it was definitely winded. So Lord Perry said, and the fact that Cuba has a massive problem of their players defecting to the States and abandoning the squad. Ooh, yeah, internal issues that Cuba team is having right now. Yeah, we can consider those as factors as well. But is that a bigger factor, as JD said earlier, that with Haiti having internal political issues, but that could be something that could bring the nation together. Because even in the same 1990s, when Jamaica made it to the World Cup, we were having major internal issues, lots of warfare. And that particular moment, it was like a bonding for the entire nation. The entire nation came together. So that could be a plus. That could be a massive, massive plus for us. It depends on how they take it as well. So I think that they have the mentality. These type of countries really have strong mentality. And McNally said Jamaica was underwhelming at the 2019 Gold Cup.
All right.
Miss a reading.
All right. He said a few individuals talked about that. In the Gold Cup semifinals, they went for Blake in goal, Alvis Powell, Hector, S. Francis, Lawrence, Flemings, Watson, Williams, Bailey, Vassell, and Mattox. If you look at this squad, I think this is a pretty average squad. Aside from Bailey, we have to be honest.
And so the thing about
I'm trying to say. So I don't think it was a underwhelming at any point. I think they actually did a little bit over the expected, because I would say quarterfinal would have been a stretch and they reached the semi-final. So I think we should give them a little respect as well. I definitely, guys, just go back and look at the squad, because I'm here looking at the squad and the bench, and these guys were 2 years ago. They weren't at their best, included even Bailey. You have to be honest.
And the thing about it, remember, JD, these are some of the players that we the same fans are calling for, like the Damian Lowe.
Yeah, but I don't see Damian Lowe here. He's not in it. He's not in it.
Hector as well.
No, Francis and Hector played at centre back. Taxi Lawrence played at right back, no, left back, and Alvas Powell played at right back. I didn't saw Lowe in the team overall.
Okay. He didn't make
so
the team.
Lowe, he unless he's injured or something, but he didn't feature in this match completely because the bench is Jamai Tape, Andre Lewis, Argiel, Foster, Ricardo Morris seems to be ever present in the squad. Shamar Nicholson, Dwayne Miller, Brian Brown, Tyreek McGee, Kevin Lambert, Amal Knight. So either he was injured or something, but he didn't feature. DJ just said he was Lowe was injured, and Patrick Riley says thanks everyone for turning up, guys. Patrick Riley says he was on card.
Yeah.
So one of the start, either he was injured or on card, but he didn't feature.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're correct, because Bailey, Taxi Lawrence, Kemar, Blake, all of those guys are the guys that are mixed up in the situation right now. So you're correct.
And people said they are the core. And they are
well, they are the core based on this, because they went to the semi-finals and they were in the starting lineup. So I would say they are the core.
I'm surprised that Maria was there as well. Really surprised.
Guys, we have we have 16 plus people watching the live now. Guys, slap the like button and see if we can push it a little bit more, because we're trying to aim for at least 35 before we get into the middle of the stream. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. We are here to try and give some coherent streams.
Bless up Andre Allen, massive respect also Rashawn Tomlinson for coming in. Rashawn said, I think the centre back was the problem last Gold Cup. Too much mistake. If you have Hector in there, what do you think? I'm not slating any player, people. I'm not slating any player, but we see what Hector can do on his worst possible day. On his worst possible day, we see what Hector can do, and he was the one commanding the backline, people.
Okay.
He was the one commanding the backline. So I think if Lowe was there, I think maybe we would have put on a better performance. But the thing is, if Lowe was there, Hector would be in midfield. If Lowe was there, Hector would have been in the midfield. So I think that selection was actually an issue for us as well. Andy McNally said, "Ooh, the comments are moving fast." The team lacked rhythm. Balaki said, "Youth is the key." Yes, because I did a thing on Joshua Anglin. He joined the Reggae Boyz at age 18, people. At age 18, he joined the Reggae Boyz. This is something that we need to see more of. This is definitely something that we need to see more of. And it tells the career, and between 1 year time period, he's moving from Harborview to the Reggae Boyz, and now he's playing for Miami FC within 1 year, and he's still 19 years of age. He's still 19 years of age. So he got his big break at age 18. And since then, there's no turning back, which means that this player, by the time he should be at like 2021, maybe it can be a superstar. And guess what? He's a defensive midfielder, a position that we are lacking in. A position that we're lacking in.
I did check him out, and believe me, Jamaica has a good pool, both locally and internationally as well, because we seems to not look inside Jamaica for talent right now, based on the fact that we have so much UK-based players coming up, which I genuinely believe that they are the better players. So don't get me wrong, but at the same time, you do get passion from the local-based players, where the local born players. What you can't channel at the same time. Because keep in mind, you know what you're trying to fight for. Just as what I said on the 80 topic. These guys want to put the country on a different map. So that's why I still believe that we should have here and there a Bailey in the squad or a Blake in the squad, because they will give that extra knowledge to the guys going in. Because as you said, in 1998, both sets work on each other to get that same core feeling that we're going out there to win. People paid for their own ticket to have something to fight for. So it's a belief system. You get me? So definitely we need to work on a lot of things and get it running smooth. But it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, and I was looking at it. I was like, when you give me that flashback about the same 1998 team, these guys actually, they wanted to play, and they were really, really good. They were actually the main contributors, and they are the overseas players. They were the main contributors. Yes, we know that Whitmore and such, Walter Boy, these guys provided something, but the overseas players was really, really good when they came in. Lord Forrest said 22 likes so far. Keep going, keep bringing it up, guys. Rodrigo 3000, massive respect for coming in the chat, bro. Big up. Congrats and 2K subs, my brother. Keep going. Definitely, bro. Thank you very much for that. DJ Dust, welcome again, bro. 3 Caribbean team will make the last 4. Ooh, 3 Caribbean team will. Who are those 3 teams? JD.
Listen to me. I'm not going to even pay many money. He always come out with some teak sometimes, man. Put people on the spot. I'm not going to let him set me up. I'm expecting I would say 2, you know, but it's going to be tough. We can't just jump out and call, because a lot of these teams have just been placed together, and that counts. Team chemistry counts. So we have to do more research. I am researching Curacao, Suriname, Haiti, Jamaica, as you know. So it's obvious. I know about the America's region. I'm studying Canada. But really and truly, it's so tight, you can't really dictate. And the tighter it gets, that means anyone can make it through. Because Canada, I would put them in the same bracket as Jamaica, Costa Rica, not Curacao, but I would say Suriname, because I think Suriname are getting so much players, they are going to be up there instant with Canada without even the gelling process, due to the fact that they're all coming from one region, which is the Netherlands. And as you know, that's the football in school. They tend to gel faster, and most of them played with each other before. So that will help them. And I believe me, bro.
Yeah.
It's tight to call. I will say Mexico and USA will meet the final 4, but I don't know about the other 2 teams.
I saw an interview from the Suriname. I'm not sure. Is the captain Lambert?
No, Dunk is the captain.
Dunk
now.
is the captain.
Lambert
to be the second captain.
Yeah. He has a good name in the team.
Yeah, he's homebred. And he did an interview and he said that this Gold Cup, he wants to win this Gold Cup, and that he wants Suriname to qualify for the World Cup as well. So he's really adamant that he wants to make history, and people don't look past players that are really adamant about certain things. And a team, when a team come together that is adamant that they want something, I can tell it's like it's like a roaring lion, people.
Yep, agreed.
Lot of reasons that keep in mind USA won't send their full strength team to the Gold Cup. So now it's time for the Caribbean team to step up. Why do you think USA won't send their best team to the Gold Cup?
Maybe they actually reported on it already. That's why he's saying that. It was an article that came up. And sometimes what I've learned from the current coach, he likes to select the players from the MLS a lot more than the European ones, even on big stages. So maybe he's talking on behalf of that. And keep in mind, we do work on the USA channels. So we got statistics from that there as well. So it's a thing. I think it's a thing. So with that said, it might change things a little bit more.
So
yeah, it might change things a little bit more. Might just change things a little bit more.
One thing I do know, I don't want to follow the Americans, the USA, that national team, because they will send out a statement, and then now on the day it's a total different thing, because these are some simple black art tactics that are being used by these type of nations. And I don't want to let that get to my head, because I don't want to use those black artists. We have seen it quite so often in football for teams to let their guard down and then surprise on D-Day. So I don't want to get that that feeling of surprise whenever I see that happen. So so two teams that advance from Group B is actually Haiti and Costa Rica. One and 6 points, Costa Rica on 6 points, and Haiti on 9 points. But Haiti didn't lose any game in the group stages, which is really, really good as well. So moving over to Group C, where we have Jamaica, Curacao, El Salvador, and Honduras. This is our group, what we did in this group. And now, this is one of the lowest point standing to advance. One of the lowest point standing to advance. Total point standing to advance, to be fair. Actually, groups with less team, with less quality, did advance more comfortable than us did. So when we should look at it now, we completed a relatively, I won't say a relatively okay group, and we come out of that group with 5 points. Mexico, Canada, both the second place team came out with 6 points. They didn't lose any game. Yes, Jamaica didn't lose any game as well, but we drew 2 games. We draw 2 games, and that is not good. People should remember that in this run, we draw against Curacao. We draw against Curacao 1-1. And we tend to forget these things. Yes, we know that every game won't be an expansive game, a free-flowing attacking football game, or a beautiful football game. But this is showing you that we can slip up. We can slip up. And it is not good. It's definitely not good. So we drew against El Salvador, and we drew against Curacao. We only defeated Honduras in that run. What is
okay?
That?
But when I looked at the squad, to be honest, I think we should that is a fair set a result. I think Jamaica at this time was truly pushing above their weight. I don't see anything special about this squad here, because I'm seeing Blake as one of the key players, Taxi Lawrence, Bailey, and that's practically it. Everyone else was pretty much average. We have to be honest. So it's just the cohesiveness and the belief system push them over the top with more experience. So we have to just show them respect rather than trying to criticize them. The 5 points was okay, and they still managed to muster a next win to put them into the semifinals. So not just that they went out of the group as winners, but they literally got something after that. So it shows that the motivation was there. And when I listened to all of those guys talked, they would agree with me that they used the average team. And they wouldn't come out and say average, but they said their core team, they might not be not as good as the UK players coming in, but they had that chemistry. And that's where I thought Blake was standing up on, but he just mixed the speech and it turned out a little bit bad. But he meant the core was so good and based on vibe, and Jamaica like this vibe thing. You get me? More than anything else.
But the question is now, was our team better than the Curacao, El Salvador, and Honduras team? Did we have more talent on the pitch at that point?
Yes. Yes.
So if we did, why didn't we perform in comparison to the talent?
But it take 11 players. You take some of them to be extra over average, and the superstars to bring it over that notch, in which they did, but not in the best fashion as what everyone wanted.
Yeah, that's
but but you guys just complained about Hector. Oh, bad he is. So that's a person below the standard average. So that's one player below the average. So that means the team weren't as good as what people kept saying. It's just the fact that these guys delivered, and we expect them to do so, because we tend to always look at the key players in these squads and say, oh, they are good enough. You don't remember that you have 8 other players or 7 other players to feature in that same thing. And that's what we keep missing. So Lawrence did well, Bailey did well, Blake did well, but everyone else did okay. And that's the difference. That's why we didn't dominate the group. But
Okay.
everyone turned up to make the average players look a little bit better, and the ones that were under below par players, because I'm not disrespecting any player, the stars managed those weights to carry them over.
Okay. Yeah. So let me run through some of the comments. I want to say, let me say it before. I'm going to go before I go into the comments. We when we were on a stream yesterday, we were talking about Whitmore, and so much people were slating Whitmore that is not good enough. No, this result with a low par team bringing him to a semi-final, you have to give him hats off for that. You have to give him credit for that. You must give him much respect for that, because I saw so much people slating Whitmore. We know that, yes, he's not the big name or whatever. People were saying Neville Bell was better. I didn't disagree with it as well, because I didn't want to create conflict. But the thing is, there was so much name being brought to the forefront that they were saying that was better than Theodore Whitmore. But if you should look at this track record with this team that he brought to a final, to a semi-final, to be frank, you have to give him credit. You have to give him credit. No, what I might do later on in the stream, we might go over to the last time we went to finals and compare team to see which team it was actually a better team. So I think the last time we won it was we went to the final was actually under Schaefer. That was before Whitmore. So we'll see what Schaefer was working with and compare it to what Whitmore was working with. There we could get a better understanding of the weight that Whitmore is pulling. So let me run through some of the comments. If your team not having possession of the ball, players will go overwork. Players will get overwork, just like Mariapa versus USA. Well, with the low quality, I think that is the reason why we were being overworked, and we didn't feel the best team, technically good enough team, to dominate possession, and that is where we struggled. We didn't dominate possession, and we struggled in retaining possession. So we definitely going to be overworked, and by the 60, 70 minutes of the game, we are going to break. DJ Does said Lowe was injured. Patrick said he was on card. Whoa, the comments are coming fast.
You're just not working it. Just take that off the screen and let me talk to the people for a minute, and then we get back to it, because too much comments piling up.
Yeah. Andy McNally said midfield will be much approved as well as the attack. Johnson and Morrison in the middle. Just pull
the stats off the screen, because the comments need to come up, right? And it's blocking me.
Okay, just did.
Yeah.
Good. All right, so Andy Miller said that midfield will be much improved as well as the attack. Johnson and Morrison in the middle will work wonders with Antonio and possible Toney up front. So Johnson and Morrison, what's your take on that?
Johnson and Morrison. Okay. Johnson is the Johnson I was talking about, right? That no one seems to respect.
Daniel Johnson, same one.
Okay. Oh, him same one. Okay, good. I want to be sure. Morrison now. Morrison is something else. I am doing deep research, and keep in mind, guys, they call me the prediction king on the internet. And for some reason, I just can't see what people see in him, like how much he's better than the other guys. I genuinely believe that he can put an engine in, yes, but you have guys that can be competitive just as him. Believe me, I just believe that you guys don't take in the other guys, and I know Jamaican will always come up and say, oh, you have to prove it first, but he just did in only one game. One game. These guys didn't get a game as yet, so I think you need to get the big pool in and see who is your best midfielders, and that's how you judge, because this guy ain't at a club. So you can't tell me that it's behavior issue why he's not at a club. We have some of the worst behaving persons. Neymar, he has 3 red cards in 15 games, and he's a winger just because of behavior. He's at a club. You have worst behavior players. Joey Barton was one of the worst behaving player ever to grace the pitch, and he stayed at multiple clubs. So how bad can this guy be?
Gattuso.
Yeah, but Gattuso was one of the hyped, and in that period, it was violence football. You get me? It was completely different.
Pepe still defended.
All right, okay, Pepe. Pepe is a maniac. But so I think people should not give the other guys a chance to prove themselves. I don't believe this guy is so far better than anyone else. I think Johnson is the best midfielder we do have, period. And you have other KC Palmers and those guys, you need to look out for them when they're playing again with the other core individuals. I just believe so. I think you guys need to give them a shot and stop pinpointing out guys. That's the way we lose tournaments. When you're forcing others in the team, that means you're forcing the manager to forcefully choose someone and tweak his system to fit that guy in. So you're putting the manager under more problems. And we are in the social media era now, where in which that's what you do. You make teams for the guy, even when it's not making sense because you play too much FIFA and think you know nothing about football. You get me?
Yeah. And there, I'm hard in anyone saying give Lewis Baker a chance as well. So it's rough, and Lewis Baker is actually playing at a high level, to be fair. To be honest. Wayne Swear said, big up, much respect for coming, Sire. Which position would you play Hector? On the bench. I don't take my word for it. JD, where would you play Hector?
We don't have Mariappa, right? And we have Alvas Paul is available, and we should have Javan Anderson coming in. We should have him coming in, regardless of the rumors. So that's a second right back. So that means Mariappa could be the third string right back, because I think defensive center back is way full, so we can't even talk about him there. A right back will be Mariappa's position, so he will be the third string there. I would say the only place Hector can play is in a defensive role, just the same. The only way, unless Baker that can play defensive as well. If he's not playing, or if he played 75 minutes and one arrest, you could put him in to stop a gap for that period. So I think he will be on the roster as a central defensive midfielder, and maybe more just take that spot from him as well. And he's just a third string in a position.
Yeah,
that's what I would say still. But maybe I'm always too analytic. But I think that's the way it's going, because they are trying to add analytic people on the team right now. So I think it's going to go more in my favor than what you think.
But what if Walker Peters is actually legit and wants to make the move?
If Walker Peters go, remember Walker Peters is very, very versatile. He's a fullback, a wing back as well, and a midfielder. People don't know that he was a natural midfielder, but I think people got that over time. So that will just push Mariappa out, not Hector, because I think Hector he's useful. Even though people don't like him, he's useful, because if you put him in a hole, like a hole with two serious creative central, not attacking midfielder, he would do the play, because his problem is his timing. So if you have creators that can hold the ball longer and he can set himself, he will do much better. That's his problem. So he's still useful, and you need legs, because you don't have enough team chemistry. You have to take everything in, guys. So when you send your comments in, you have to start think about everything before you write it, because I'm going to dissect them down. All right.
So what about Liam Moore? Because if we have Liam Moore with hard in tilt, pin up, low,
and then add low as well. That's 5. Yeah,
that's 5. There would be no need for Hector. There will be no need for a Mariappa, because Moore can play in the central midfield era better than Hector. I believe. It's what I believe. I might not be right.
No, I not what you believe. That's what it is.
Okay, good. So rather than putting Hector in that position, we can see Moore being deployed in a 4-3-3 formation. More being the holding midfielder with a 2 free flow 8, maybe a DJ, because he scores a lot of goals as well, and a Lewis Baker as the 8. But they are two solid 8/6, more defensive minded, and allow the attackers to do something. So we have a solid back, and you have Pinnock maybe,
and you have Kevin Stewart might add as well too.
Exactly. So we have the options. So these senior players, I think, will gradually deteriorate out of the team.
And
it will happen.
we are still not sure if it's going to be 30 man. You have to talk about that as well. We're not sure if it's going to be 23 or 30. So
But
it
what
all
if
depends.
what
If
if
it's
it,
30, he comes. But if it's 23 and we get all of those options, I don't think he's going to make the squad. We have to be honest.
what if Whitmore should do what he did the last time and just brought 15 defenders and two midfielders and one goal
No, I
and
think he doesn't have that option now. The only way he's going to have that option is if he choose more Jamaican born players. Because, to be honest, the defenders came in first, but after that, it's just pure attackers.
yeah.
So,
Andrew Allen said the red man is ready, but what about Ivan, Oldgate, Max, and Gray? Gray is here.
no, but he's talking about Demare Gray.
Oh, Demar Gray. Oh, yeah. I think all those names are actually in talks right at this moment. We're getting solid information that Ivan is going to make the move. But we have to see how that one goes. To be fair, there's not much info coming out now about them. But I think going closer, maybe in next 2 weeks or so, because it'll be really, really close to the Gold Cup, we might hear a bit more on those players. I would really take Oldgate as well. Definitely, really good player. Lord for reason said Antonio will bully defenses in CONCACAF. Exactly. But you have to remember that some of these defenders in CONCACAF are players that are playing on high level. Really, really good level.
And as you talk about that, yesterday I told you that with these selections or these additions to the squad, you're going to actually get like a 4-1-4-1 system. Oh, ironic. In the game against USA, he selected 4-4-1-1. Something similar to what I told you.
Yeah.
So once they get the defensive central, he's going to go 4-1-4-1. I just saw it.
4-1-4-1. And that's a good idea. Who you think would be the best defensive central to use? Who you think?
A link play. I've watched some passing because that's why I went to back to check out Moore's game and stuff. I think I would lead more for the secondary because I strongly believe that he's going to go with, if Low comes, he's going to go with Pinnock over the left hand side because he's naturally better on the left side, and Low as the partnership here, and then Moore will be the secondary optional defender.
Okay,
but he's not going to start. I think he's not going to start him. He's going to leave him at the start, at least the start.
It will be Pinnock and Low.
I think so. If Low comes, that's what Mo said. And when I watched this game, I would say he would be one of them that you would give a chance because keep in mind, you're talking about team chemistry. It's not because he's better than Moore, because I think he's nowhere close to Moore. I actually think Moore is the best defender. I know I rate Pinnock, but this guy aggression is like 250%. And his skill set.
The thing with Lowe is that because I think he will be the one wearing the captain armband, the senior experienced member of the team.
Lowe or Blake? Will you give Blake the captain? You remember you have Bailey in the team, you have Blake in the team, and you have Lowe in the team, and you have even Taxi in the team. And I think Taxi is a much more vocal person that can communicate and bring everyone together.
Yeah, but it's not how
I would give Taxi the captain more than anything else.
Yeah. Well,
I think he looks like that person that can bring people together.
Yeah.
And he looks like he doesn't have any problem with the guys. And we want unity and we want gelling fast. So I think I would go with Taxi. Guys, if we have 70 plus people inside the chat, hit the like button, please, and share anywhere you can. Subscribe to the channel. And definitely let me know who would you give the captain to? Taxi, Blake, or Lowe. Even Bailey. But based on what you saw from these guys, who would you give the captain to?
To be fair, I've never had a problem with Blake. To be honest, I've never had a problem with Blake. He's a very commanding keeper as well. He's always vocal during the game. I'm not sure what he's like off pitch, but he's very, very vocal during the game and those things. So I can't write him off as well. But he's a good candidate.
But due to the fact that I think they don't want any problematic situation and they want the other half of the guys to feel comfortable, I don't think Blake will go in as a captain, or unless they can get to settle everything behind doors. I was suggesting to one of my subscribers that Blake should come out with one of the UK born players and do a interview with someone like a mediator and put it out to the public just to help the situation for both sponsors and the team chemistry at the same time. I was suggesting that. I know people do listen to me. I will try and push it in the show as much as possible, you know, because I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, because he was the first one that came out with the notion. I won't say comment. I'm going to say the notion, the idea about the UK-based players and the patrioticness. He was the one who said that.
Yes, he wasn't hiding. He wasn't hiding. That's his belief, and you know, that's his belief.
So that's questionable. That's really, really questionable. So big up Sekaya for jumping in. Tevin Campbell, much lot of respect, bro, for jumping in. Sekaya said Ravel Morrison is a gooner. Really? I never know that. Lord for reason, yeah, Tactical told me in JD's stream last week that their coach said that he wants to rest their main players during the summer. Why would they want to rest their main players?
No, they believe that they're good enough, don't they? They have a big roster, to be honest. They have a big and a competitive roster. And keep in mind, they want to talk about the World Cup qualifiers. So the best thing to do is use all the local players that's in the Americas region and play them. Pick from that bunch who is good enough to join up with the other guys. You know how good the other guys are. And they have to play. In big games, it's a 100% fact. So what I think they're going to use that tournament to pick players from. That's what I think, though.
So when you look at so let's look at it on a different perspective. When the coach sees the names that Jamaica are going to feel, that they're going to feel for the Reggae Boyz, and he feels as if yes, he has a squad that is good enough. But when he look at the likes of just for a sake that they come, Walker Peters, Antonio, Ivan Toney, Leon Bailey, Jamal Lowe, Pinnock, Tilt was hardening, Bell, Taxi. I can guarantee you, even and DJ, I can guarantee you, Liam Moore, he will get a sense of fear and said, because we have to remember that this is a tournament, and the US would want to win every tournament that they can in CONCACAF to show that they are the powers for CONCACAF. Because last Gold Cup, it was won by Mexico. Mexico really embarrassed them in the final. I think that they would want to stamp a bit of authority. Reclaiming the play. We know US, they love the power. And they were stripped of that power in the last Gold Cup when Mexico stripped them of that power. So this notion that they won't feel their best team, I'm not saying it won't happen, but I am not buying.
No, I'm going in your direction. I do believe they're going to come with a strong team, but I'm just saying it's possible that they could look at players during that tournament. I think they don't need the money. I know they don't need the money, but they need to show dominance, as what you said, or help their ranking or whatever the situation is.
That's what they love. That is
yes, what they love. So it's possible.
Yeah. Andy McNally said, also don't forget we had at least 5 goal scoring opportunities against Curacao. Yeah, but we didn't finish. We didn't finish. That is the key thing, Andy. We didn't finish. Jamaica go win that right now if Toney, Aaron's, Antonio, Roof, and Holgate. We didn't mention Roof. Look how much conversation we had. That's to DJ. Lord for reason said Jamaica had underperformed last Gold Cup considering how much people expected from them.
Yeah, just as what I was saying. I was saying the team weren't all that, but the expectation around the team was more, you know?
Yeah.
And that can set you up for failure.
You answer this one. This one is for you.
I don't know what Whitmore sees in Hector. Man can't even start for Fulham. Okay, but Fulham, we have to say Fulham in a competitive league right now that could rival the entire Jamaican system. So if he can't start for that, it's still valuable. It's a good conversation to have. You get me? So you can't just say it like that. I think you need to add something more to the table and this conversation, Delano, and then I can answer it properly.
That next question is yours as well.
The English-based players are, in fact, the core players for Jamaica because they are the majority. But the core of something means the foundation. And based on the fact that they weren't available to be the start of something, they can't be the core. But I would understand clearly if you said the majority are the power of the team because they are in full force. So I would go with they are the power, pushing the direction and the pace and the results. But I would say the core players will still stand as Taxi, Bailey, Blake, and if Low is involved.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I would say. I would say they are the core. Just the same.
Those guys are the core. Definitely, those guys are the core.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that.
Lord, for reason, this one is for you as well.
Sad Jamaica can't accept the foreign-based players like Suriname. We have 17 foreign-based in the team so far, and it's 19 now or 18 because Sheralda added make 18. He was on the roster, but because he was injured. That's why he plays for Union Berlin. Incredible good winger, pacey, and can play at strike as well. So that's what Suriname out here doing. They are beefing up to really push Jamaica to the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I see your point. I see your point. These are the things that I've kept repeating to the Jamaican audience, that Suriname be out here doing these things, accepting these guys and pushing it in our face. So we have to just accept them properly and show them the warm welcome and try and do our best, man.
Okay. Raman, welcome, Raman. It's the military and JD, my brothers, I am here. Thank you for joining. You're late, but you're still here, and that is really, really good. Ian said, if Whitmore and Blake don't want English-based players in the team, they should be forgotten. Ooh.
They should be forgotten. Clear up that, Ian. You mean the English-based players are these two? But I think you meant the two.
Talking about these
I think you meant the two.
Yeah.
I think keep in mind we have a short leash between the Jamaican people, the fan base from Jamaica. They seem to like the core players more than anything else because people represent their current mood, and most of these players they could resonate too. You get me? And that's the complete difference. So it's going to cause even more divide. People, backroom staff will be chattering if something like that do happen. You get me? So we have to just keep it at least a now, and then when we have a next fresh 4 years to prepare, we can make an overhaul. But for now, I think that's the best way to go.
Suarez said Tapa is a good coach, but I think he needs to improve with team selection, and with these crop of players, Tapa needs help. Team selection, yes, I think he can do better with that, but he has to work with what he has. So that's a very, very complicated situation, to be fair, to be honest. Okay. Big up Coaches X. Coaches X is in the house. I would use Roshan said I would use a 4-3-3, 3-4-3, 4-2-3-1, 4-1-4-1. Those are all good formation, but it still boils down to the type of player that we will be recruiting, because if we should not get a defensive midfielder, it will be very, very difficult to go out with a 4-1-4-1 because there's going to be a lot of issues. So we have to get the type of players that we want to play this formation. And to be fair, and to be honest, 4-4-2 is one of those formations that would suit the team that we have right now.
Yep.
Coaches said Roy Keane was a bad boy too. Yes, Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira. These guys were always at war.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. So we should not be out here giving Ravel Morrison these all sorts of excuses. I just believe that people just like him, and because Jamaican style and stuff is based off majority. So majority like him, so the rest follow without questioning. You get me? I genuinely believe we have better midfielders, naturally better midfielders, and should really look at everyone equally.
Lord of Reason said, what is Jamaica's style of play? Woo, you answer that, JD, because I don't know.
The style of play, as you can see here, they have selected for majority of these games, which I've actually went and checked. And I don't think Whitmore improved on his style completely. He changed from a 4-4-1-1 system, but because he implemented new other players, he changed to 4-2-3-1. So it really don't change because most of his central plays as a CM type role and play more longer stretch balls, not over the top balls, but longer stretch balls. So they are always away from the striker. So I think he has one philosophy to play. But overall, I think with new addition, will forcefully put him in more context, like play a more expansive 4-3-3 system, where in which the defensive central sits, and then creators stay closer to the attacking players to change the entire game, and that might just revolutionize the Jamaican play overall. But for now, I think he plays static, wait and what I would say,
sit back and counter.
Reactionary. Something has to happen for him to play the upper, give the his counter. So counter-attacking style he plays, and he always have to get himself in a situation before try to respond, and that's not good. You can't be reactive.
You get me? So I love technical ballers over pace and power ballers, and pace and power ballers actually what is in now right now. To be fair, that's
no.
Style of balling. Manchester City
technical ballers over pace and power. Delano, the best formation right now is false 9 with a limited strikers in it. And technical players play inside, but you still need speedy players outside. If they do have technical ability, it's an addition. But if they don't, I don't think it really cares. Because keep in mind, one of the best out-and-out winger is Traore right now. He's one of the most effective one, and he has 0 skills, more than just raw pace. And he's going to get it to the technical players. So everyone on a pitch has their duties. That's what I would say.
Look at Sadio Mane.
Yeah, no, but people think I said that a year ago that this guy's touch is very bad.
Yeah.
Obviously, he grew over time, but Sadio Mane has not the best touch, but he has the pace.
But pace and power. But players tend to revolutionize their playing style over time. Delano said, play Hector out of the squad. Low more pin-up to start in a 3-4-3. I really don't want to play a 3-4-3 Rashawn, because that limits your attacking potency. It really does. You end up playing with a flat 2 because you're going to try and get those wing back bumming forward. And guess what? There's always space in behind the wing back.
And look up his 3-4-3 system, as you know, Topper, the way the guys will play under him, those 2 central midfielders will drop and become a 5. And isolate the 2 right and left midfielders and their own, and then isolate the entire play, and you're going to have a big patch in the middle for people to put lob balls and create from. So you don't want to cause problems on yourself.
I'm hesitant to say this, as he's a real leader in the team, and the defense called for something, but Mariappa has lost his legs. Yes, age does that. That is what age does. Don't sleep on Curacao. What if they call up Kayla Navas featuring captain?
Costa Rica is talking about them. If you said Navas, Costa Rica, right?
Oh, Costa Rica, yeah. If you call up Kayla Navas, what can the keeper do? The most the keeper can do is try to stop goal coming in the goal.
No, not just that, because I told you the purpose of keepers right now is starting play, revolutionize football. If you look at City, that's what's happening there. A keeper changed the entire way he plays. So, and Navas can do his thing. So, you never may know. You never may know.
Example is actually Martinez that went to Aston Villa. He's the one who actually changed the outlook, the defensive outlook, with a lot of clean sheets as well. So, fair play to him. Coach said, I don't think they will leave out Maps, because in the training session he will be definitely assist the defenders. Oh, well,
okay, if he's losing his leg, I know coaches this love him, but right now, if you are better than him, you can't select him, but you can bring him as one of the assistants, and in training he will be available to make the team as best as possible and gel the team as fast as possible.
Yeah, definitely. Maps might not start, but he'll definitely be in the squad. So coach said Maps might not start, but he will be in the squad. talking about Roy Keane.
Roy Keane and Vera.
Demar Gray, not sure. Max won't come Oldgate. Not sure yet. So Demar, not sure. Max won't come, and Oldgate is still not sure as yet. Big up Theo. Much respect for jumping in. Whitmore will use a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. I think the team that we have right now would be suited for a 4-2-3-1. That is what we have. That is good. That's internal discussion. You guys are talking about players. Ian Campbell said Kemal Lawrence for captain. Moore is a good captain too, if you never know. Yeah, for his club, and we can't look past that. Moore.
Yeah, but we know. We just talked about him and told you how much research we are doing on him. But the problem is you can't just give him the captaincy with the system. They just come in. It's not going to be good. We are trying to make sure we have a balance. So giving him the captain will start more friction, and we're trying to avoid that.
Okay, so people we're going to go back onto the Gold Cup section where we started. we strayed away from that a long while now, but we have to go back there and discuss the finals and what happened leading to the finals, because we got an embarrassing defeat. We got a really embarrassing defeat, and I'm hoping that we can work on that. So whilst it's loading up, I think that one is for you, JD. Whilst it's loading up.
All right, Belly's not all that good. To all you talking, he can't get taxi game. No, the experience.
Yeah. He's talking about taxi's experience.
Bell, don't count out Bell, man. Don't count him out. You can't. And that's the thing what I've realized since doing these videos. People based on one performance.
Rashawn said Liam Bailey should get the captain.
I think Bell is a very good player. And can rival Taxi for a spot. But I gave Taxi the nod. I like the way he plays. That's what I said.
So,
but don't count out Bell.
Yeah, saying Liam Bailey should get the captain.
Okay. I'm okay with any one of those four guys getting the captain, you know? Because I just believe if it... Wait, what I said?
Yeah, continue.
I believe if you give the captaincy to any one of the foreign-based players, it's going to cause even more problems. You get me? So you have to just give one of the local guys and try get the chemistry around properly, because I think that's going to play a massive part, a big part.
Yeah. So people, we're now here to Group D, where we have USA, Panama, Ghana, Trinidad and Tobago, which was actually one of the toughest groups. It was one of the toughest groups. It was the toughest group. What you call a group when a group is really, really tough?
Group of death.
Group of death. This was a group of death. We have Panama, Guyana, and also Trinidad and Tobago. I was really, really disappointed with Trinidad and Tobago because I thought that they had a really good squad. What was that Rasta guy's name, man? He used to play in the Premier League. Ooh. He was in and around the team, but a very good player. And so USA scored 11
for Trinidad and Tobago? You're talking Kenwin Jones?
Yes, the same one. So USA, they didn't concede any goal. They win all 3 games. They scored 11 goals. So you can see from here that they really aiming to go to the top of this tournament. And Guyana, conceded 9. Panama was in second. They lost 1 game, which was against the USA. The other 2 conceded 3 goals, scored 6. I think that is the area that they were really, really weak on, the scoring area. Trinidad conceded 9 goals and only scored 2. So when we look now to the advanced stages into the quarterfinals, this is what the quarterfinals look like, people. This is exactly what the quarterfinals look like. We had Haiti playing against Canada. We had Mexico playing against Costa Rica. We had Jamaica playing against Panama, and USA playing against Curacao. So in this draw, Jamaica got a difficult draw, which was Panama, but it shows that we had something. And if we could have defeated Panama at this point, it means that we shouldn't have struggled that much in the league, in the group stages. But we went on to the quarterfinals. We did the job. Haiti defeated Canada, which was a surprise. It was a big surprise when Haiti defeated Canada. Mexico drew with Costa Rica, went through on penalties, and you guys can see there, Jamaica defeating Panama, and it was inevitable that Jamaica will face the USA. I'm not sure why couldn't Jamaica face Haiti and USA and Mexico meet? Why couldn't structure that way?
It's just because of advertisement. You know that already, because money counts in these competitions, and they want as much eyeballs as possible because they are giving out a fee to the winners, so they need back their money. So if you remember, the US market is very big and the Mexican market is very big, so you want that fan base to clash mainly, and if they are that good, they are going to beat most of the other personnel. So that's how it is. Guys, smash the like button. Let's get us at least over the 35 mark if you can.
Okay, so on this day, the Jamaica played the USA. What I want to do is I'm going to take a look at this particular team that faced the USA. Also, not only looking at the Jamaican team, I want to have a look at the USA team also, because that shows where they're coming from and the direction that they're going. So if we should see like similar players that we're seeing right now in their system, it means that they're moving in the right direction. And then no questions will be thrown into towards Jamaica, that where are some of these players that were previously playing in that particular player? Where's the core group, as everyone is talking about? And I think those are things that we have to consider. We have to consider those things, because that shows where progress is going. So once that load up, we're going to run through some of the comments. Back to the comment section. Let me run through. Let's see. Good. So if the right team did play against the USA, they could win. Bailey would put Des under pressure. So they are saying if we had selected the right personals for the last USA game, Bailey would have put Des under a lot of pressure. But
individualistic cultures, it just always think that way. Individualistic. You can't think that way. Football is a team sport. I don't think Bailey would have done nothing better, because he would have left himself in isolated position. He's not a defender. And our problem were in defensive areas, from the defensive midfielder, and then force the defenders, the center backs, under pressure, because those guys can't keep the fence from dropping down. So the defenders was exposed. That has nothing to do with Bailey. You can't be that one individual. You understand me? Yeah. So I think we have to think fair, man. We have to think fair. You can't put so much pressure on one guy, and when he fails in the end, then what you're gonna say? You get me? It's a team game, man. Look at it that way, and I think it will be better.
So I think this one is for you. I'm gonna throw this one at you, because this is a hot topic. It's a really, really hot topic.
Ravel is the type of player who can make something out of nothing. A player who can give you a moment. Football have passed that DJ does, and in reality, football is a team chemistry building game now. Everything is about tactics. It has nothing to do with individualistic skills. He's not a technical player like Kevin De Bruyne that you can say, okay, you're going to get 75% accurate passing from him. You're talking about flamboyant style. It don't work anymore. You barely can get yourself in patches to even create and pass a guy. It's not going to work. He's not that technical to add any extra dimension of play. I've watched him because I listen to all of what you guys say, and I'm saying, all right, this is the person where I'm going to learn why Jamaica wants certain people to play, and if they will be good enough to win anything. And I'm telling you, he can do something. Don't get me wrong. With a good defensive central and appearing beside him, he can do something, but he's not this all-time great that you're talking about. You have better players in the squad now than him, because football has evolved.
Yeah.
Yes, if you continue playing Whitmore plays football, he might just look good. But the reality is, he's not as super or above the other guys that came in. No, the other guys are really good. You just need to look at it from a different direction. In life, what I want to tell a lot of people, when you love something, you seems to be blinded around it. But just drop the love a little bit and you see the mask drop and you see everything. Believe me. And I'm coming from an angle of just trying to assess everyone and see what's going on. You get me?
Yeah. Delano said Adam Mature is crap. Well, it doesn't have end product, but building to the final stages is really, really good.
But that's exactly what we said. We said he's not. We were talking about what a player does. He doesn't have to have the skill or anything, just the pace.
Getting those dangerous areas. Who Jamaica love more, Walter Boyd or Ravel? Ravel. I think Jamaica love Ravel more.
Yes, I was about around. Walter Boyd got a lot of fight because he was labeled at that time as the guy that underachieved with so much talent. You get me? So he had a lot of fight that time. And keep in mind, that was a period when people actually, I'm not disrespecting this era now, but those guys really check you out to see how good you are. And because people was passionate about football. I think people are much more passionate about the internet nowadays and how they portray with football. I don't think they actually check football the right way. And that's why they are loving people rather than what they do offer. It's completely different.
Because let me tell you something, people, that a lot of people don't understand. In the world of football, especially in social media, you can see a 10-minute clip of the person's best bits. And that 10-minute clips can be 100 games worth of 10 minutes. Worth of seconds, like 5 seconds here, 5 seconds here, 5 seconds everywhere going, you find 5 seconds. But when you want to know how good a player is, look at his off the ball activities. What he does off the ball when he doesn't have the ball. How he cope under pressure. Because you can catch a player with a 3-second clip, flick doing a flare style, and he looks really, really good. And then for the rest of the game, it's total garbage. It's total garbage. Which means that for you to really compromise and say that, or to really set up players really, really good, you have to watch a player's entire game. Watch him 2 or 3 games, and then you can come decisive and say, okay, he has this level of talent, he has this level of quality. That's how you can say that player.
Andy McNally says Ravel was probably the best player on the pitch against Saudi in the second game. Unbiased opinion. We know, but that's just one game.
No, listen about this now. How much minutes did Ravel play in that game? Did he play the entire game? I'm going to check that. I'm going to check to see if Ravel did play the entire game. People have 21 people in the chat room right now. Please smash the like button, people. And the link is in the description for JD's channel. You can go over there. I Max It Football. Great channel, people. You can go over there right now. Also, hit the subscribe button and keep tuning to his content as well. So I'm going to take a look. I'm definitely going to take a look at that last game because I've seen so much people saying that he was the difference maker.
Let me pull up his stats here. Huh? Let me pull up the stats on him, what he did in that game and how he played. I don't even need to pull up any stats.
No, we want to know if he started the entire game and completed the entire game.
Yeah, you can look up his stats, but I'm telling you, you can't play one game and people tell you that you're this super player, man. You have a lot of other players that you need to respect, man. We have a lot of players, and keep in mind, football don't work like that. It's all based on the opponent you're facing and how you best fit the squad. So some squads, he's not going to be fitted in, and some he will.
Hi, Daddy. I come back. If Jamaica has no playing style on the topper, I think they need a new coach. That's a solid comment as well. I can't deny that. What do you guys think about Bermuda? I won't answer that because I don't do much research on Bermuda. I do know that they're doing a lot of recruiting, especially getting players from the MLS. So I don't want to go into Bermuda until I solidify my take on them as yet. But I am not sure, so I won't get in that. JD might know a bit more. I'm not sure, but JD might know a bit more.
Yeah, Bermuda guys, we have 20 plus people inside the chat. Do hit the like button. If you're on Twitter, share it anywhere you can. It's free and that helps the show. So if you like the program, what we are trying to bring and instill, subscribe, man. Like up the thing, man, and push it forward because the guy out here working very hard. You get me? So let's push it. To the Bermuda is alright, but keep in mind you only can be so good as your competitors. And keep in mind the CONCACAF is stuck right now. We can count 8-9 teams that Bermuda have to turn up against and be at their very best to even squeak a draw. So they are okay, but not competitive to the maximum velocity with the other guys. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Agreed. Decent team. They did well in the last Nation League. Ramon said Amar Bell is a good player. He might not be getting a lot of games at Blackburn, but he's good. I watch this guy a lot. Yes, he has talent. I think he can really make the next step. He can definitely make the next step. So we'll see how that one goes. And hopefully he has been selected because I think Bell and Tax is the only natural left back that we have. Kenny Jones, yes, exactly. That was the person we're talking about.
But look click those. What DJ just said.
Where is it?
He said, what Ravel do to you? If you have an opinion on something, that's how it goes in Jamaica. People, it's just one way or the other. It can't just be you're being objective and you're checking out things and looking how football works and stuff. DJ, you know me. I am always trying to detail things. You get me? We are just trying to look at different sides. I don't think he's the best. I know he's not the best because he ain't playing for a team. If you're the best, you're going to be playing for a team. He is good enough to compete. I get you. You said he has that special thing about him, but that don't work so much like before. Tactics has evolved. And I don't think his IQ is at the highest echelon for him to not be playing football and just go on a pitch and outplay everyone. I don't think that's the case. That's not it. That's just insightful dissection of something, because we're taking fitness in accounts, the qualities of the next players that he's competing against, because we just talked about how strong the region is. We can't take away the players. They are there. So why is it I should come out and be just Jamaican? Oh, he's going to be the biggest thing and the other players can't match up to him because that's how it works. No, that's not how football works. Football have evolved. Stop with this individualistic ideology, man. Just know that the best players play. That's why Jamaica wanted the best players on the pitch for a reason. Because the opponent has the best player. So if Rafael ain't on his best form, he's not going to come and do nothing against the good teams. That's why people like what I say always, because I try keep it straightforward. You get me? This
it's very difficult because yes, we know a player has a certain level of talent and quality, but we have to remember that there's outside factors that affect this. There's a lot of outside factors. There's a lot of external factors that affect this. First of all, he's not with a club right now. He's not playing competitive football right now. We want to select the best team to play in the Gold Cup. We want to select players that have been playing for the last year or 6 months at a competitive level. So we can just put them inside of the team and they will automatically start get the game going. Rather than bring a player that has not been playing competitive football, put him in the field, and by 20, 30 minutes, he's exhausted and he cannot perform at his highest level. Then now, after we have to forcefully make a change to facilitate. So basically, we're trying to facilitate him.
So Rafael Mercy is the Walter boy of the 98 World Cup. But he ain't as half as good as Walter boy. I am telling you that. I am telling you that. In a striker's role, Walter boy is way better than him as how he is than a midfield role. And I'm telling you, Jamaica has better player than him. More than two as well. In the attacking midfield role. More than two. So you have to just give it's okay.
Kevin said, check out these three good midfield. Maggie, Ravel, and Johnson. Johnson's the best out of the lot. In my point of view, people, my point of view. But I think Johnson is the best out of the lot. Maggie is good. Maggie is good and Ravel is good, but I think Johnson is the best out of that because Johnson is playing some good football right now and he's playing outstanding football. So you have to give respect to that.
Yeah. But this DJ does talking about I am soft. What is wrong with the DJ does? I'm explaining things to you, and because you're not grasping what I'm saying or at the speed I'm saying it, you're saying I'm soft. I'm not getting edgy. I'm just trying. We are on a show, and it's not a individualistic target section I'm trying to deal with. I'm trying to deal with a show, so I have to keep it entertaining at the same time. So maybe I just have a better Jamaican passport than you. Watch that flick back. Yeah, because I'm entertaining and insightful at the same time. Get to DJ and let him know what time it is. Tell him that I'm a more Jamaican than him.
Patrick Riley said, I was just watching the Ravel and that game. He did play good. Guys, remember Boyd was class. He was one of our best. Yeah, so we can't compare Walter Boyd to Ravel. Ravel is good, but we can't compare.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's not a comparison.
Definitely, guys. Guess what? People, look out for my next video. I'll be doing a Ravel Morrison versus a DJ. So look out for that. Statistical breakdown, people. Tactical insight. Definitely look out for that one. So we will see who stacks up with the best stats, and we will know where they lie. So people, look out for that one. And please, people, remember to hit the like button. Also, go in the description and link the comment.
that boy DJ, Simon. That boy DJ, I'm going to fight with him one day. You know. Hear him inside the chat now. I'm in Jamaica now. Okay, so what that's supposed to mean? That means you're more Jamaican than me? You could steal someone's passport and be in Jamaica. You get me?
And the analysis, stats plus eye test is passed with flying colors. Football fans are so deluded by stats. Come on, Delano. You're taking shots at me now. You know I love my stats. You know I love my stats, Delano. Patrick Riley said, I think Bell is a good player. He has lots to offer. Yes, he does. He does. Paul is saying, Stan Crunky out. We'll get into that sometime, Paul. Ravel Morrison and Tyrone Maggie is the best hype right now. It's the biggest hype right now. They are good talent, but people are hyping them too much with nothing much to show. As JD said, football has passed that stage. We can't go around hyping players. We can't go around hyping players that we have not seen much of. Yes, we see 1 game, 2 games. But what about on a prolonged level?
You know what I don't like about the Jamaican viewing public and football? Mm-hmm. They seem to watch the English Premier League always and get amazed by how the result finishes. Some of the time, the same ballers that are coming to play for us now on the pitch doing those things. And the players that they are trying to put up against those guys aren't even playing at a competitive level comparing to them, if not a level at all. But yet still you're going to be so hype when these guys do it abroad. But when they do ready on the same roster, you're going to pick the guys that ain't doing nothing over them. Yeah, 90% of the time I'm going to pick the guys that did something. Because the English Premier League is a harder competition than any team Jamaica will face in the CONCACAF region, period. Yeah. Because it includes some of the Americans, maybe not so much Mexicans, but it includes the best of the Americans them that we are trying to face up with. It's just facts, guys. We can't fight with it, man.
Yeah. Come on, Paul. No spamming, Paul. No spamming.
Guys, we have 19 individually. Let me hit the 40 marks and the likes, man. Get us out there, man. We're not here to play, we are here to.
Ravel Morrison passing accuracy is 89%, and he was our best player against Saudi Arabia. And in my opinion, that is fair. If he was the best player on that particular day, how often can how could I say it now? Replicate that performance. Remember, Saudi Arabia is way below the Reggae Boyz level. So if he's the best player on that day, which means that can it be that is his level? I'm not disrespecting, but can it be that is his level? We have seen Ravel Morrison in the Premier League playing really good football. We have seen him in the Championship as well playing really good football. But I do have a problem with the fact that he hasn't been playing competitive football. That is my problem. That is the reason why I find it so very, very difficult to select him for this Gold Cup. Tevin Campbell said, Max, only more low grade Pinnock, Casey, rest of them no good. Nah. That is hard.
He said only low. What he said only low, that's the winger.
Only more
Gray,
low grade
Pinnock,
Casey, and the rest of them no good. So only man, it's all these guys.
So he's saying Tilt is not good, Bell is not good.
Taxi is not good. Did he say Taxi?
No, Taxi ain't in it. He's just talking about the overseas guys.
Okay, the overseas guys.
No. I'm not with you with that. I'm not with you with that. No.
So DJ's not. Isn't DJ playing overseas right now?
I don't know.
Yes, he's playing overseas.
No, I'm saying I'm not talking about him playing overseas, but he's talking about who played in that squad, the first squad.
Okay,
DJ was in.
Okay. Yeah, understood. I understood that. Let me go through. I think Gravel is a good player, but he's not playing right now, and I think his place is not sure. That's what Patrick Riley said, and exactly what I was saying, Patrick Riley. We do agree with you. He's a good player, but if he was like Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi and wasn't playing for 3 years, we could put him in the team, but he's not at that level, so we can't take the chance. We have to go in the Gold Cup for the best 11 players who are competitive, playing competitive football. DJ soon gonna show him passport, you know.
Yeah, DJ, what is wrong with me? DJ, yes, do I still have a Jamaican passport? Yeah, I think I still have a passport. Yeah, I think so.
So I said, he automatically made a difference in the Saudi Arabia game. Him and DJ basically locked the midfield. What if DJ made him look a bit better? Just what if? Just what if, bro?
You stop wind up the people, man. Just leave them with their superstar, and then they will realize that we were right, you know.
Andy McNally said, I agree that he will not be match fit. No, but he definitely showed how vital he can be to the team once fit. See stats for the Saudi Arabia game. All right, so that is good. I like the way you put that. You put that on both sides. That is what I like. You said he might not be good now because he's not fit. But we know what he can do when he is fit. When will he be fit for the Gold Cup? That's the question.
Yeah, I'm leaving out all of them, man. Let them keep them their star, man, you know? Yeah.
DJ said Ravel versus DJ. Ian Campbell said, I don't think Ravel Morrison should be starting currently, but should be coming off the bench until he's fully match fit. That is something that I can understand. I agree with that, but I can't agree with people saying he must be in the team. When you say he must be in the team, means that he has to start. He has to start.
Yeah. I don't have any comments on it until they pass that, and then we'll go and talk about the rest, maybe next
DJ
comment.
just said, Jermaine Hugh, the best central midfielder I ever see play for Jamaica. I said the same as well. For me, he's the best central midfielder I ever witnessed, as in out of my two eyes.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of Jamaican midfielders, but Jermaine Hugh was on another level. He reminds me of Xavi.
I think he was much more consistent, and keep in mind that's why Mr. because I'm gonna just tear up DJ does. Let me tell you, Jermaine Hugh, yes, it shows you why. Keep in mind, at that time they were playing the best football, the most intelligent football at the time. So what if it's just the coach's system with other players accompanying him? Talk about that. Because they were already revolutionary in the style of play there. They were the first one trying to play passing football, because I actually watch him play, and I don't believe that he was the main man doing it. I think the system was helpful to us, his play, which is good, but everything in its totality. So I think you're not checking football right. You're just being individualistic more than anything else. Because that was a team thing. I'm going to set the shot against you to watch, because people know I'm talking the truth.
Tia said, I think we should invite back those English players. One game is not enough for a sample size to make a decision. Agreed. But the good thing about it is that these English players, we can watch them. we can watch it because these English players are playing football for their club right now.
Yeah. So
when was it? When we were doing a stream and Ravel was
and
playing.
Moore.
No, Liam Moore was playing and he was
dominating. And he was the best player in the championship, the best player against Barnsley. Barnsley literally going to qualify for the Premier League, and he can be the best player on the pitch. So it showcased that people just ain't watching them. These guys are really talented.
Yes, we don't need a sample size. We're seeing them. We are seeing them. No, my question to DJ now. Let me try a question. When last have you seen Ravel played? How long ago?
You just leave DJ alone, man. Just leave him alone, man.
I won't pressure you, bro.
Just leave him alone. Because he's going to argue the entire day.
Jamalo has played one game for Jamaica and scored one with a good performance. What has Tariq Magri done to receive the hype? Ooh. His training videos, I believe. He has real good training videos. You should follow him on Instagram. He has some very good training videos, some screamers from way out. And all
I am telling you, guys, I know we are getting off topic, but what I saw here, because I love to get back into the culture and learn if people actually evolve the way of thinking. You get me? These baller guys, we have 18 people inside the chat. If you're Jamaican, let me know the truth. These ballers know how to manipulate the guys, like the viewers and the fans. I honestly believe so. You know why? Guys can go on Instagram, do 3-4 trickery and act like they are something special, and then you are going to want to pick them over a guy that is playing in a league that's value 20 billion Jamaican dollar that can solve the entire Jamaican problem. That's the league they're playing at, one of the highest in the world, and you're going to pick an Instagram because 500 of your friends select it. Man, wake up here, man.
Yes, exactly. Ooh, the comments are running so fast. If Maggie and Ravel not in that squad, no local players can be in. So me I watch Topper. So DJ said I'm gonna look over the Topper if Maggie and Ravel in night. So no other local player should make it. So look at this now. That's a good comment. That's a really, really good comment. So DJ, I'm going to bring you back. Jashawn Hanglin. Remember now, Jashawn Hanglin played for Harbourview. He played for Raytown. He joined Harbourview at age 18. He played for Raytown, then he moved immediately to Harbourview. So he didn't have much, maybe about a month or so. Then he moved to Harbourview. He played one season at Harbourview. With that one season at age 18, he got his debut for the national team in March. He got his debut for Jamaica in March. He represented Jamaica again in November. Twice he went to both Saudi Arabia game. At age 18. Think about it. At age 18. Guess what? Last January, Miami FC came for him. He's now 19 years of age. Miami FC came for him. He didn't go to Miami FC. They came for him. And they select him. Remember, he's moving from Harbourview at age 18, playing in the senior Harbourview senior team at age 18. And then Miami FC comes who just coming for him. Which means that this guy is projecting at a very, very good pace. So don't say that we don't have any homegrown talent that can get the job done, that can go in that team. When you're saying it's not Maggie or Ravel, people, what I'm telling you is that the talent is here. I'm watching Joshua Hanglin keenly. His nickname is Rooney because he always scores screamers. I'm watching Joshua keenly because I want to see how his career progresses. And he has great things. I can tell you, maybe next 2 years or so, he will be in the championship or the Premier League. Definitely. Because he's one person I think will be turning up for the Gold Cup that many people are not talking about. But I can be wrong though. So for me, he's the black card. That is a black card that will be selected. Andrew said Andy Williams was the best midfielder to me. Oh, yeah.
You forgot about Andy Williams. I can tell you, Andy Williams was the best midfielder. Period.
I didn't even remember him. Honestly, I didn't even remember him at all. But because we're being called, we're using all the recent name. So, but
Guys, we have 23 people watching us. Get us over the 40 mark. If you didn't hit the like button and you're getting pure entertainment from the entertainment Jamaican JD here, smash that like button, man. You get me?
Yeah. So, right now, I'm just checking. Andy Williams is actually still playing. He's at Cheltenham. Yeah, he scores 8 goals. He's at age 34, scoring 8 goals in the league.
Andy Williams is special, man. Special.
Yeah,
Special.
he still has the end product. Big up. Lord Paris said the question is if JFF will not start out the players' history before the Gold Cup. Don't make sense predicting how far they will go if end up sending a weaker team. Come on.
Well said, Lord, for a reason. Thank you very much. But you can't tell these people anything about that side. Like they forgot about everything because it only takes 11 players on Instagram acting like they are special talents, and that's it. They are okay with that, and we are going to make it. But they are not going to listen to what we have to actually say and break down the things. Yeah, because they like to fight, especially that one DJ and his friend. Theo, yeah, they are ganging up on me in the chat. Yeah.
People 36 like people, please carry it over to the 40 margin. Really much appreciate that.
If you ain't getting it to 40, we're gonna put DJ on it and get myself off it. Since that's what you want, I will give you guys what you want.
DJ said he was good at his club and he played in top side with no system, so he was just good. Definitely DJ. Jeremy Hugh was my all-time favorite Jamaican player because I hear about the WorldCup boys, the Shorty Malcolm and all those names. Rest in peace. I heard about him. I didn't watch him. Definitely, I was a youngster when World Cup was going on. I was just basically overviewing football, not in depth like what I'm seeing now. I started to watch in depth football about 2002, 2003. That's when I had a bit more sense. But Jeremy Hugh, I cannot say I've seen a better mix. I was so surprised that he didn't represent Jamaica at an early stage because I've seen so much players play for Jamaica. I've seen so much players because where I'm from Linstead, right? And we have a massive so-called corner league in Linstead where Premier League players would come and play for particular teams up there. So you could see them eye to eye. The Wolf brothers, Jeremy and Hugh, Tuffy, all these guys would come up there and play. And I'm telling you, the moment Jeremy and Hugh walked on the field, every touch is a standing ovation. Every touch. It doesn't matter how fast the game is going. Jeremy and Hugh will slow it down, turn it at his own tempo. I mean, a beautiful left foot, ping off a left foot, intricate passes. Jeremy and Hugh, that's soft to you, bro. I would definitely try and get myself get Jeremy and Hugh on this show one of the day because he has been one of the Jamaican players that I really, really like. I've spoken to him before, but I really want to get him on the show. David, that is for you. Devin said, Ravel Abala just to hold him can take control of the ball.
Oh my God.
Right, so I have a friend. His name,
man. I'm
Tadwin,
losing my brain.
I have a friend named Tadwin. Allen. Is Allen? No. Alwyn Tad. We call him Maestro. Alwyn Tad. He was a member of the JD.
I'm not cutting you. Let me tell you what Jamaica need to do. Jamaica don't need to go in any competition anymore. More than just do the short videos on YouTube. Just a minute. Nothing else. Just line up the players, let them do a minute thing. And I'm telling you, everyone in Jamaica will love them after that. They don't need to compete in no competition. Yeah. The guy just said just the way he controls the ball. That's all he wants. Oh my God.
As I said, I have a good friend, his name is Alwyn. Very, very skillful. Extremely skillful. I mean, every first touch, deadliest first touch I've seen. But guess what? Work rate. He does not want to run over 5 meters. But we call him Maestro because he has that technical ability. He has a vision. He has a pass. He has technical ability to one-time pass anyhow in any area. So he was a really, really good player, but work with and mental problem. Not saying he was mentally ill, but he did not have the drive for the game. Can that be a cause for a player like Ravel? So there's a lot to talk about. Patrick Riley said, military, you young man, 98 was a blast, bro. Think you got a raw deal, won't say from who. He did got a raw deal.
You flying so fast? Oh, you flying so fast? Let me answer this one.
Okay.
Raman says, if you good at your job, you should be working. That's all I'm saying. JD, you agree with me? Raman, I am telling you.
Okay.
Everyone don't agree with us, but I 1000% agree with you. It's simple.
How did I read so far?
You missed like 25 comments, so I don't know where you.
People, So this Patrick, people are keep saying Daniel Johnson is not good, but I think this guy was great on the field. That is what. So the flare players don't get respect. This is Jamaica. We don't rate players that are not flary. If you're flary, you're the best thing to walk. You're the best thing to slice bread. If you're not
just a cultural thing, man. Just a cultural thing, man. I wish other people can get the experience to see other actual football, not just talking about controlling the ball and you see 1,000 balls. 1,000 balls there, and you have to complete drills. And that's why the players want so much from the JFF now, because they actually witnessed the things that I saw. And they believe that they are big time now. And they need the same treatment. So you can't be, look, that's why I'm sure these guys are being hypocritical, because now they want to pick players that barely played, but yet still not supporting the JFF and the boys situation. Like saying, bro, guys, just settle for that, man, and let we get the football on. Oh no, the guys should get everything that they want. But football evolve at the same time. It's a similar conversation here. But it only shows that these guys only support what they do support. They're not looking at the plateau. I agree that the boys should get better treatment because they have actually witnessed better treatment outside. But if it ain't good enough, you should not play. If you ain't good, you should not play. If you just control the ball, everyone else in the world, in the football fraternity can control the ball. That shouldn't mean you should get a game. That the Raman says here, ball control make you a big baller. Exactly. Those are.
Well, that means I can go and play for Jamaica then. I have a fairly good ball control. Means I can go and play for Jamaica. So DJ said, when last Blake played, are any out of MLS players would still pick, and we would still pick them. So Blake played last year, November was the last game that he played on the 24th of November. So he has, and remember now, keeper fitness is different from outfield player fitness. Keeper can maintain their fitness. Outfield players cannot because they can't afford to start eating a certain way. Keepers, all you have to do is their normal in and out drill because they're not going to run around for 90 minutes. It's just a mental thing for the keepers. And remember, for the MLS team, Blake played every single game. Every single game Blake played for Philadelphia. Every single game. Starts every and complete all of them. So which means that he has consistency. He has a level of consistency. So there's a lot to take from that. Theon said, hey DJ, don't worry about the haters, man. You're the man. But Robin Morrison is my baller. Is their baller? So Robin is Theo.
We can't convince them. Believe me, we can't convince them. I've learned that.
DJ and Theo, I will be doing a player ratings. As I said, I will be doing a player comparison between Ravel and DJ. So I'm going to use your own name, DJ, not you DJ, but Daniel Johnson versus Ravel. Maybe I could throw in even Louis Baker as well, but I think I'm going to put it around those two players. Let's see how well they cope, passing statistics and all those things, people. We want to see how that one goes. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe later, just maybe, but not sure as yet. People, we're closing into the 33 minutes mark. We have 33 minutes or 37 minutes or so to go. Let's see. Let's run through the chats. Delana said Ravel is dreaming. Theo said we can't judge Curtis Tilt. We didn't see him enough. I remember you almost you didn't finish that one, bro. Read that now. Jane, that one is for you. That one is for you.
Oh yeah, yes, I agreed to it already. I'm telling you, you're twisting up the chat. I answered to it already. I said it 1000%. I do agree.
We do
I
agree.
can't understand how these guys are so good, but can't literally have a job.
Simple as that.
My
If you're
God,
that
man.
good, I can tell.
But I think these guys like to wind me up because they want me to be entertaining on the streams. That's what I realized with them, you know. Yeah, especially DJ. But it's all right.
Delano said Ravel is like Mo Salah, stat pad. Swear said Ravel hype and Maggie hype. I'm not saying local players is not playing just like Ravel and Maggie. Okay. So you're saying local players are not playing and Ravel and Maggie still not playing. So why pick local players then? Yes, and that is a good point. That's a good point. I have to hold my hand up on that one. Because we did saw Kevin Isaac. We also saw Robert Morris.
Ricardo Morris.
These guys did turn up. So I have to hold my hand with that one and come to a conclusion that you are right in that aspect.
But he's not right. The guys ask this superstar to come. He decided to turn it down because he wants to take a stance. So stop. He got invitation. He didn't turn up. So stop listening to them. Believe me, they will twist story to fit their narratives. Luckily, I'm here. Don't listen to him. But they all get contracts.
I understand what you said, DJ. I understand that part. Big up Rolando. Normal Campbell is another one I'm impressed with. I've never researched before. Where does he play for? Let me get onto that immediately before I move, because as you brought up a player name, we like to look on them, to be fair.
Guys, we have 20 plus people inside the chat. Hit the like button to let us be at least over 40 to show that you appreciate the conversation and stuff, man. We are not wasting our time here, man. So show us some love. We are putting out insightful content. So even though you don't like it because we are talking the truth about your players, you have to respect it. So hit the like button. Hit the like button. Get us over 40.
Smash the like button.
Get us over 40. Yeah.
Okay, so he said he was impressed with Norman Campbell, but I'm not seeing much of him about him. It's just the one appearance that he made for Jamaica. Is he local base, right? Tennessee, welcome. Tell me, do you think the El Salvadorian league is good? How do you rate that league? Because I think it's a poor league. Ooh. How much superstars come from a particular league? Because when people are judging league, I think they judge it based off the team, the top teams, and the superstar. I think that is how they judge a league.
Okay.
But how much superstar we see coming from that league?
El Salvadorian league is in transition right now. It can pop off anytime because obviously anywhere you have young talents, it just take a few key patches and then everything improves. You get me? So we have to just watch out for that. We're gonna put it on the list.
Okay, definitely.
Thank you, Daddy.
Andrews, yeah.
All right, skipped it.
What he said here.
All right, Maxi, one game me watch for Jamaica with the keeper. White no good. In down to know when he don't know when to pass the ball or when to kick the ball. Differently more is very, very good.
Okay.
I think
Jeddy White he's talking about, right?
Yeah, he had a poor game.
Okay, yeah. But keep in mind, they're just trying to get a set of guys together. He don't know the reps and stuff, and he's young at the same time. So everything went against him. So and that's why people always said I'm too positive and I'm too soft. But it's because I have logical answers to those problems. And that's what they would have said just the same. I bet you they do select Jeddy White yet again. And you're going to say, okay, why they are selecting Jeddy White yet again and he was failure in the last game? No, he's young. And they need someone to take over from Andre Blake or give him that experience to smoothly put him in that transition period. So you can't just jump on him like that, you know?
It's yeah, it's a learning process for him, and I think it was a good experience.
And that's good. That's good. That shows that what the JFF is Whitmore trying to do. He's trying to select a core that they can always rely on to do something like America. You can have two full squad who is playing in Europe, who can play from the Europe local base. When Jamaica reach at that level, it's superstardom time. Believe me.
Exactly. Andy McNally said, Jeremy and Hugh versus Whitmore, unbiased opinion. Ah, come on. Don't put us on the spot like that.
And German U was a good player in a era where Jamaica was pretty much stagnant and football playing style. So I would say German U was dominant in that period, but it's not comparable. Whitmore was a legendary footballer in a rough time, and he could have fit in any one of these eras. If you put him in that German U team, he would have been the best player in that team easily. I don't think he actually people don't watch Whitmore that much to know how versatile he was. His footballing intelligence was on the next level because he did it against the elite players them.
If you're going to compare anyone with Whitmore, one of the best person to compare with Whitmore, I think, would be Gardner.
Oh, Ricardo Gardner?
Yeah.
Yes, because both of them did it at an exceptional level. And Gardner did it a little bit extra. I would say Gardner would go down as one of the most successful Jamaican player right now, even above Leon Bailey, But people wouldn't know that. Gardner wasn't normal, man. That Bolton team was very good, very, very good, man. Very good. And obviously, I was watching it, so I can tell you about it. I think Gardner is the most professionally made Jamaican player. You don't know how much personnel that guy brought to Jamaica, like by his professionalism style. The amount of people respect Jamaica based off him, and that's why I have to give him massive respect. I don't believe most of the other ballers that are locally born did anything for Jamaica on the world stage like that. What Gardner did. He was a guy off the field and on the field for Jamaica. Believe me, man.
And the thing that I realized with Gardner is that there wasn't a issue in regards to nationality. There wasn't any big issue. He knew exactly that Jamaica is a national team, and this is where he would be playing his trade. And you have to respect him for that. You have to respect him for that. And as you said before, that allow other players to see what he's doing and things. So the good thing about it that 98 World Cup, I think it was a landmark where we open our wings to the international, especially the English market pool of players. That 98 World Cup with the Robbie Earl and those guys. So they really kicked it off the real way. Military, a young man, 98 was a bless, bro.
You read that already? You're all over the place. You comments, man. Guys, that's how we want to flood military Gooders comment section that he can't even find comments,
No, it's actually, he said it twice.
Okay.
Yeah, he said it twice. No, exactly. That was what I did. I made that big jump. How much goals both them scored for Jamaica and how much assists individually? Ooh, that's what Gardner and
No, I think he was talking about someone else. You can just skip that one and then he might repeat it back again because we missed that.
He was joking by saying just know how he controls the ball. But in football, a good first touch is very important. Dribble first touch and control. Passing is excellent. He can trade. Yes, he can.
Excellent? Comparing to what?
No, he didn't say excellent. Well, passing excellent.
Comparing to what? That's what I'm saying.
It's not the best, but it was good.
It's okay. Anytime you're doing a detail, we are going to watch this guy and we are going to be unbiased on him. A lot of people will hate it, but believe me, they know what time it is. We ain't playing around here.
You want to get
Tio and DJ, you're going to get it.
You want to be for the comparison?
No, I would. No, these guys are convincing me now that I should turn up.
Let me see.
Look. Let me done DJ out here. Can't compare a cam to a left back. You guys joke out the show. Okay, we're talking football here. Everyone is comparable. because you have a standard in every position. It's how good you are in your position and how good you are in your next position. So Whitmore was a cam, you rate him against the rest of the cam at the time, and you rate the left backs against the cam at the time, because world class mean it's world class in every position. You never hear that only attacking players are world class. You have world class in every position. Stop being individualistic, man. That's what I'm going to say. And I'm going to continue to say it until the show finish, until you learn. If you want to come and challenge me, believe me, it's going to be the end for you. Just watch.
Right, DJ. Winston Unger and Rajic Reed, dude, I can go on these. We're so good players out of Jamaica, Hector Wright, etc. We need this kind of talent to come back locally. Is getting them back is a problem, Riley. Patrick, getting them back is a problem as well. Ravel played in January. Yes, he played in January. You sure? This January?
Make sure you come on the show in a Ravel jersey. Guys, don't put guys inside the chat. If DJ don't come on the show with a Ravel jersey of any kind, you guys don't talk to him anymore. He has no credibility, because clearly Ravel is boy. So make sure he has a Ravel jersey.
So DJ, next time, make sure you have a Ravel jersey. So
the chat, any show, the chat will call him out. Yeah, even shows that are not connected, chat will call him out.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter and go to my Instagram page as well and follow me and DM me, and I will definitely DM the link when we're going to do the player comparison. Make sure you have on the Ravel Morrison jersey. I will run through that one and we'll see how he stacked up against the likes of Louis Baker. Also, Daniel Johnson. Let us see.
Believe he's coming with his war, man. Believe me.
Rolando said Ravel a baller. Delano said Ravel fanboys are out in their numbers. Ian Campbell said it is the Brazilian effect. We love the silent skills. True, that is true. That is true. In Jamaica, we brandish that flair style, that touch and move. We love that. That is true, because we respect that style of play. We want to play like that as well. Ravel don't play months now, and a tapper still pick him for the US games. Oof, yeah, but a lot of players get the invitation.
he's capping out down here, saying Ravel support Arsenal, I support Liverpool. So after loving this guy, you're still going and eating on him. That's why you didn't buy a jersey.
Lord for reason say but Jamaica ain't Brazil. That's true. You want to see
Kevin Campbell said, Maxi, you ever play for a team before to know baller? Okay. We are going to check who won the most trophies, all right? And who played at the highest level. Yeah, tell me the highest level you ever played for in Jamaica, Tevin, and overseas, or the highest level you played for. Let me know.
DJ Ross said local players not play for over a year. That's the difference. Big up J Ross, much respect, bro. I can't say that Curtis Toot almost scored. Hit the likes. People smash the likes. 22 people in the chat smash the likes. Is it over 40 years yet? Local players are not good enough to compete with other teams in CONCACAF. I won't say that. We have quality local players. We have very, very good local players, but they just haven't been played for the longest time. So it will be very risky to just throw them in the deep end like that. What's your guys' opinion on the Bermuda national team? We did cover that. We don't have a lot of details on it, but we did cover that as well. Hopefully, on the replay, you can go and check out what we said. It's just a brief 5 minutes. It won't take long. 37 like people, please get it to 90. Andrew Hallin said, I don't hear you guys talking about Keita Taylor-Hart. As you know, I'm an Arsenal supporter, Andrew. I covered the Arsenal U team under 18, under 23. They play in the Premier League too. So Keita Taylor-Hart, I know a lot about him. I can give you a lot of ideas and concept of what he is like and how Keita Taylor-Hart play. Keita Taylor-Hart is a quality winger. The problem is
you covered him in a video, right?
Yes, I did cover him in a video. All right, well, so Andrew, you can go into my videos and you'll see where I cover Keita Taylor-Hart. I did an extensive tactical insight on him, so you can go and check it. Just go to my videos. You will definitely see it. I can't remember the exact name right now, but it is there. So go and check it. I really advise you to do so. Hit me like
Tevin
what you
says
guys-
here he plays for Portmore under 21. Have you ever won a competition? Let me know. Yes, I played Manning Cup. I played under 17. I think I won under 15, 17. Sim Bartlett Major League. But after that, I didn't play much in Jamaica, and then I came to Belgium. Played division, the last tier division and the second to last tier 1. But I had other issues to do, so I have to do work. So, and I'm getting older, so that's how my story goes. But I do play football at higher level than you until I reach the Premier League. There, maybe it can equate to the same Premier League in Jamaica, or if not, it's better than the Premier League in Jamaica. So I don't know how to value it, but I do play football at a level and a long time though. So that's surprising to you, Tevin.
This is a valid question. This is a very, very valid question. Are you guys excited for JFF plans for youth football in Jamaica? I'm excited, but it's not for a JFF plan because I don't see the youth. I don't see them have a youth plan.
They were talking about what they want to do with the money. They don't want to give the ballers the money and just done it there. They want to set up different infrastructures for people to come up through. And I think it sounds very good.
Yeah.
As what I've commented on Sports Down the Middle. Hopefully these things can actually put in effect, because if the ballers select less money, that means you have to start doing things with the rest of the money. Don't just take the rest of the money for yourself. You get me? That's completely different.
Yeah, that would be a problem with the ballers selecting less money and the money not being utilized in the right way. That is the problem. And I think that is one of the reasons why this negotiation, as you said, oversight, trust, those are the issues. IMAX, what is your logical answer for Arsenal? Bin the club. That's my logical answer. Bin the club. And I don't think IMAX have anything to say on that. Just bin the club. Are you guys? Oh, just past that. It wouldn't be hard. Oh, you posed the question twice. Makes you wonder why he doesn't like attacking players. That's who. What we're talking about. I can't remember. Let me go through. Gardner was well respected at Bolton. Yes, he was highly respected as well.
And well, I think he's the most respected Jamaican footballer practically ever. To be honest, like respected in high places.
So you can't compare a left back to
no, I've already crippled him already. I don't even see him back in the chat.
The reason why I asked Camille Malcolm scored a 3-goal yesterday in El Salvador. So now people are saying Whitmore should pick him. I think that's crazy. The entire El Salvador
man, that's why we tell you the league is not good. But I told you about the Instagram type of reactionary people. And 90% of the population pretty much going under that banner. So you're going to have a hyped up team that has zero quality when it comes onto the big stage. And then you're going to come back to me and tell me that I was correct when you fail.
Yeah. Okay, so Andy McNally said, I saw Whitmore dribble about 6 Brazilian players in our 1-0 loss to England. So where Brazil fall in that? The Brazilian players are playing for England. And there something else. Tevin said, Maxi, you ever play for a team? Oh, you said you play.
Yeah, I answered him, but I don't see he came back with anything, you know.
You can't name DJ does said you can't name me one centre back that can make a Jamaican 30-man squad. So tilt Afi in my 23-man squad. There's so much. There's so much. There's so much, DJ. Pinnock, West Harding, Low as well is one. I think Kevin Stewart should start over Ravel if Ravel doesn't get a club soon.
Yep, Rolando Gardner, 100%. Gardner is the most professional footballer ever played for Jamaica and the most respected footballer worldwide for Jamaica ever. And I don't even think it will change, because I saw no one locally born can fill his boots. I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't see it. I just don't see it.
Yeah. Because when you look at it, it was when you said people are probably misunderstanding when you use the term professionalism. It's about his manner, his demeaning, how he conducts himself, his interviews, all those type of things. His on and off the pitch behavior. Off the pitch, he's not the person that you're here in the media, involved in this, involved in that. So that is the reason why in England he was treated highly, because he was well respected. He's not being called up in all those type of things. It's the reason why Ravel is coming under so much scrutiny, because of his bad pass. You can't say the same for Bibi. He was real professional. He stand out and he represents.
It's not even It's not even comparable. It's not even comparable. One man a gangster. One is actually a revolutionary type character towards a country. You get me? Some of them people here on YouTube just want to hear one side, cause me tell them to watch Sports in the Middle and hear what speed, and all them can say you can't just. That's why I've created a channel, and maybe you don't figure that out. That's why I gave my opinion, because majority of the time my opinion will be different, because I know what the agenda is.
Yeah,
people only cover things that they really want to send out to the public, because now I've realized why you have a culture called the Instagram 20-second clip culture to convince people. You understand me?
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean it's the right thing. It's how much people backing it. That's the thing about it. But I won't get into that. That's okay. That's for another time.
Yeah. You have to split. You have to have the gray area. Someone there has to be balance, and it makes no sense. There's a tug of war. Some people are voting for players. Some people voting for JFF. No, you have to.
And then they labeled me as JFF, and I didn't get the interview with Speed. Oh, ironic.
Definitely. Raman said 1,000% hype, zero quality for the IG ballers.
Believe me, Raman, you're just talking the truth, bro. You're just talking the truth, and soon they will realize. Yeah, soon.
Raman, man, they attack you in the comment section, you know. I come out a bit bruised.
Yeah.
Let me go through. The league that East plays in is it good? Which East?
Javan East. Javan East, I think.
I'm not. Maybe.
Okay, but we just rally back on that again. No, up Guna, Richard Weir. Okay,
Weir, no problem, bro.
People come. I like that, yeah.
Everybody just want to beat JFF without thinking. Thank you very much, Dos.
J Ross. Every time I create a video, everyone come and cuss me out, because they are just gonna. I heard individual come here. Oh, you cover what they said, you cover Suriname video better than Jamaica. So they want to turn me into a Suriname. Yes, I can speak Netherlands. So I guess people just appreciate my overall ability and package. That's it. These people are just too one-sided, man, and just looking for a fight at all times.
Good question. This is a good question, Pioneer. Is there any other goalkeepers we can scout from England or anywhere else? That is
Blackman was one, but people told me that he can't play when that's not true. But he can play, but it just take a little bit harder. But because then Jamal Blackman, sorry, he can play. Yeah, go on and thing you're gonna see Jamaica there. That's the first thing you're gonna see, Jamaica.
But people want to it's actually showing English.
No, that's if you go there, it should be Jamaica and English.
Okay,
right, and transfer.
Maybe I'm doing.
Which one you want? You transfer market?
No, I'm on SofaScore, so maybe that is the reason.
No, if you go on transfer market, it's going to say English.
Okay.
Yeah, but people keep on convincing me otherwise. So I don't even pay it any mind, man, because this is just a narrative-based thing, and I'm glad that DJ does starting to see the same thing. It's a narrative-based thing. Look at how the uploads go on YouTube. Believe me, it's a narrative-based thing, man.
So it's a championship.
Yes, Rotherham, yeah.
Rotherham
he could play, man, and he's a good goalkeeper. Not as highly rated as.
But his stats are good.
His stats are good, and he's a good goalkeeper, and he can pass. so he can change the play. But
Yeah, very good. Sales percentage is at 63%.
yeah, but
90.
as you know,
very, very good.
but we can't talk about that because at that time when I was actually covering it, it's just the fact that maybe people have a narrative going on.
Okay.
You get me? And I didn't want to come in and bridge that gap between the fights because I didn't want to be labeled as JFF policeman, which I don't know what they're talking about. I'm not getting interviews.
All right, so JFF figure because the coach before Tapa did a teach Jamaican German football and them let him go. Ooh, so you're going to teach Jamaican German football. Why not teach Jamaican football? Let's build our own pattern. Well, let's build our whole style. Or identity.
Coach is this Jamaica, a black man can't play for JA. Well, I am telling you, he can. and until I get a proof and show you that he can play, that's the point you're going to believe. Because I'm still stuck in mind that he can. He didn't play for Bahamas as yet, and he don't play for England, so he can.
Yeah.
But we are going to continue having that fight. Don't worry yourself.
Particularly said, I think John Barnes was a little higher than Bibi was.
John Barnes?
Why would you put John Barnes higher than Bibi?
Yeah, no, I think John Barnes was respected overall.
Yeah, but who should have represent Jamaica?
I think Bibi was on a different level, man. John Barnes. John Barnes, I would definitely say he's highly rated, man. He's highly rated, but Bibi seems to be a little bit different, and that's what I would say. You know? Coaches, this I'm gonna send all the information to you. Because we don't make the world, you know. The world makes itself, and people have connections, you know. We can't twist it.
Roman said, they can't attack me, bro. I'm a police officer and lock people up in here. Yes, man. You need to put the police in chat.
What? Roman is actually a police officer. I didn't even know. Oh, sorry about that, bro.
Yes, 3 goalkeepers. Guna negotiation is currently going well, said Speed. Yeah? So yes, Speed said negotiations are going well, but the problem with negotiation is that if the both sides are coming out with press release, it means that they are finding it very difficult to come to a complete stop. Because in this world, if you're negotiating about something, the closer you are, the less you hear about it. So because they're so far away right now, each side is bringing it to the media to try and maybe someone to let people side with each side, and then now they can come to a conclusion. But when I see both sides coming out with press conference, it means that they're not close. It's my perspective still. I've been in negotiation before, but I do think that whenever you see things going out across media, it means that they are not as close as people think or as though they want. They're coming out and say that it is close because they want to tell people that it is close, and in truth and in fact, it is actually not close.
All I'm saying is I've learned how Jamaica culture work in every aspect, and in every single aspect, it's the same way of thinking. It's the same way of thinking. Look at this now. Look at this situation now. We're in the same live. We have went over 3 things. With the ballers, people select, oh, we like how he plays. We like how he control the ball. We like this. That's what we like. We like what we like. It's not about what actually is. So it's not the fact, you know. It's just what you saw. Even when you come on to information, people will readily listen to the people that they like the most in the Jamaican culture. Not actually the biggest enterprises that worth billion, that produces something. You get me? They know the rules more than anyone else. It doesn't matter if you're inside your house and think you're the biggest brainiac. Exactly what they said, that's why they have the credibility. You understand me? We can't keep on believing that we're the best at everything, man. Sometimes you have people out there that are better. We have to just work a little bit harder to get to that threshold. And I think most people only learn that when they do come outside Jamaica. You get me? And that's the way we have to approach life, man. And believe me, it's going to cut us up over and over. And then we realize why we don't achieve what we should achieve if we just have a different thinking around it. That's what I would have to say. And that's what it teaches me tonight. I love this conversation because you guys taught me a lot tonight, just by the chat. Believe me.
Definitely. People we're going to the 2 hour 30 minutes mark. 6 minutes, so we're just going to run through the final set of comments. People, please remember to go over to JD's channel. The link is in the description. You can go there and click it right now, and you can go and subscribe. Also, like his content, because this is what we do. We give balanced, credited conversation and give you information that you need and can progress with. So you can go across. If you're new here, please hit the like button and subscribe if you like content like this. Don't go without hitting the like button, people.
Coaches that says black man is connection by great grandparents.
Okay.
And FIFA rules he would be ineligible. Okay. If you have a great grandparent, it is connected to your grandma, right? So your grandma can get that paper. No, it's connected to your grandparent, not your grandma, but your grandparent overall. And then your parent come through that lineage. So that's why on the biggest websites, it still says he's available to play for Jamaica and Bahamas. Because I know the route will be a little bit longer, but it's still possible. Just like what Gray says. Gray says he had to get his grandparents to get the papers, but that was connected to great grandparents as well. You saw the gif, but the only thing is grandparent was alive and well to get the documents. So they went and deal with it that way, and then it comes up that line. So sometimes coaches, you could be right, but at the same time, it still could happen. Because it shows that it happened with Gray. He literally spoke about it on live TV. Let me know your thoughts on that, coach's desk. Because I think that is a very, very valid point.
Exactly. You guys should look into this Japanese player that was eligible to play for Jamaica named Suzuki.
Suzuki?
He was born in Montego Bay. Really? Jamaica is exactly about out of many one people. I'm gonna
Suzuki?
right, yeah. It must be the car.
Oh, is it I didn't end up on a stream with coach's desk? Why you don't join the streams, coach's desk? So let we can I didn't go at it, you know. I'm always fighting with DJ, but
I contacted him a bit earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. Tevin Tapper overrated, but Schaefer had his hisses too. Theo said John Barnes didn't represent us, so he shouldn't be compared to Gardner. Exactly, that's what I think. I do believe that as well. I believe that the person who has the valid talk is the one who has represented represented the country itself. Jamaica's biggest problem is grassroots and maximizing the talents we have at the youth level. The quicker it fixes, the faster the history gets better.
Well, the JFF, according to Rudolph's speed, the JFF need the guys to take less money for them to penetrate those sectors you're talking about. So we have to see the guys taking less money and then see if the JFF side will stay up to their word. So I would love the guys to take less money, like a good enough money for them to be like, if they say they want 3,000, anything less than the 7,000, and force the JFF on, like sign a written statement to say, once we take less money, we want to see those things. And that's why the corporate governance came in, because you have to have written proof of certain funds transaction. You get me? So I would love them to sign less money, but put the JFF under pressure to fulfill certain things that you said you're going to do publicly. I would love that. Guys, let me know inside the chat if you agree with that. That would be the best way to fix not just the current situation, but fix the futuristic situations as well. And give back to the guys, because Taxi spoke as if he's out here wanting the guys and the kids to be better off. So I think he would agree with that.
Mhm.
The JFF need to get me in the middle of this negotiation. If you guys can pay me a little less, I will take it.
Yeah,
Because that is and I think the guys would agree with that. Force the JFF in corners. Take
Yeah.
less, but take written statements. Because
Yes.
that means more than anything else.
Exactly.
Written statement, you can go and sue them.
Mhm.
They can go and sue them and get back more money, what they took from you, and then you can give back the people in the end, like the grassroots to
Just-
private sectors to complete
Mhm.
those things. So it's deep. You have to look from a different side. You get me? You have to look at a different side. Put them in corners. Since you say we can't trust the JFF, let we be much more intelligent then. Pull some things on them that they can't get out of. Since you can't, because it's not hard to trust people. You can corner them that they can't get out of it. So it's nothing to do with trust right now. I'm telling you.
Exactly. And once they get over that, I think that we can definitely progress at that particular time. DJ Ross said, so this is the last comment, people.
If you want, you can go extra if you want. Extra little if you have comments there, because maybe people want to hear something.
Drained, so.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Once I see people putting message in it for me to get combative, I'm ready to get combative, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So DJ Ross said them need them more personal with the players.
The players
need to organize and be more professional. The thing continue how it is. All right. So as I hear JD said, it is okay when we have a contract negotiation and the players want to agree to something. Put it in black and white. Let the players sign to it. Let the JFF sign to it as well. So if they don't carry out what they promise, you can sue them as JD said and demand more money than
what most of the players don't know is the JFF don't come under the Jamaican Federation. It come under international jurisdiction. You can sue them, like not in Jamaican terms. Liars can't stop you. You can sue them and they can't stop you from playing for the country or nothing. They can't stop anything because it's not a Jamaican base program. It's a international program. So you instilling a corporate governance, I think that's one of the best ways to go. I think that's outside influencing these guys, because I don't think most of these guys would have came up on that on their own, because if they would have came with that idea, I think they would have came with ideas just as what I'm thinking about as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But I like the direction it's going in. They are trying to fix it for the future. So I have to give them respect.
That is good. And I think that Speed, based off how Speed talks, he spoke about the situation. It seems as if he's a bit understanding of the players, also understanding of what JFF is trying to bring across. So it seems as if Speed is actually like he speaks like he's the middleman trying to really squash everything.
Yes,
and get
yes.
out. So that is good actually. So Karum, who you said big up you all on the program. Continue. Much respect. Thank you, Karum. Need more personal, I mean. Okay, yeah. Make sure that what you sign are duplicated. Yes. You have the whole topic.
I just think people being a little bit too direct. The JFF ain't nothing special, bro. When you're on the worldly level, they can't do certain things. I'm telling you. It's just because what the guy said, they are being this body-body relationship and trying to do things without actual signatures. They're not being professional. And that's the whole story about it. Being professional is the main way to go, because that build bridges and break it. You get me? And that's the whole point. So these guys should not be laughing with the JFF. Do it as a professional side then. Since you want the money that you want, take it as a job then. As a serious job. I'm turning up for my $3,000 per game. I'm going to do everything. Sign the proper papers. I need certain amount of physio per week. Make sure that's available. Not laughing. You're come to do a job, and you will put out a better performance on the pitch if you take everything serious. But if you keep on acting like, oh, we are Jamaican and we need to be in the corner and we are all friends and we trust each other. We saw Mike Tyson. We're not straying away. Mike Tyson, people rip him off. We saw a lot of big people rip off if you take things as friendship rather than like a professional thing. You're playing for the country, represent it the proper way. Every other country on planet Earth, don't take it as a corner shop style thing that you have your friends. This is a business. Just as how you come up and realize your worth, realize the entire country's worth.
Yeah.
And do it professional, man.
Exactly.
Stop saying it. You realize your work when it comes down to you getting more money. But when you should put out the duties at time. You're not the professional. Sign all papers. Do the right job. Do the right thing and push out, man. Do the right thing, man.
All right. So thank you, JD, for that. People understand. Everyone is frustrated. We all are frustrated. And we know exactly what we're feeling. But people, thank everyone, all those who come in the chat. Much respect. If you're watching on the replay, look in the comment section. You'll see JD's channel right there. You can go over there, click the link, and subscribe as well. Very much support his content. Very, very good content. As you guys can see, he's a very, very smart and intellectual guy. So people, thank you all who took the time out, come in and speak about the issues. All those guys come in the chat as well. Much respect. Hopefully we see you on the next stream. On the next stream, we will be discussing Ravel Morrison and Daniel Johnson. On the next stream, people, look out for the next stream, Ravel Morrison versus Daniel Johnson. So look out for that one, people. The DJ, I know that one you can't miss. Delano can't miss that one. So people, look out for the next one. Massive respect. Before you go, hit the like button, subscribe. As I said before, big up people, much respect, Military Gunner TV. And we are out, people. Again, see you soon.